Okay, yeah, we're on. Welcome, everybody, to this month's episode of Mobile Bay Area Fightcast. I'm MFC Stuckey.
I'm Ace Combat.
It's Ace Combat, and today we have a couple of guests with us. We have the other founder of the Mobile Bay Area Fight Club, MFC Stuck Dog.
Yay.
And another person that we decided to let come on and talk.
Good receipt player.
Yeah,
Number one.
probably, arguably the best Street Fighter player in Mobile. The Rashid God of the Gulf Coast, Sam.
Hello.
Hello.
I didn't vote for Trump.
Here we go. All right, so let's talk to Sam first. So, Mr. Sam, as some might know as Demon King, whatever names he's going by. If you watch the what was the last event we did? Cross the state lines. He was the guy that sent you to.
Yeah, he's sent me to
losers bracket. Came in second place. I think he went Petroleum King in that tournament and everything. Mm-hmm. So let's get to know Sam a little bit. What got you into video games in general?
Is that in general?
Yeah.
I don't really know. I think probably like the SNES.
Mm-hmm.
No, when SNES, it was the NES.
The NES?
Like the first. Yeah, it was
Okay.
at my grandma's house, and they had Mario there. And I guess I didn't have nothing to do because I think I was out of school or going to school or something like that. So I just sat there and played it.
Which one? Do you remember?
Yeah, Super Mario Brothers.
Just Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah.
Well, that was back in the day when systems came with games.
Oh, wow.
Everybody had Super Mario
everybody
Brothers.
had Super Mario Brothers. That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, but that was like in 94, 95, 96, something like that. I think, no, it's probably like 94, 95.
Okay, so yeah.
PlayStation always out and stuff.
Yeah, about to say PS1 should have been out by then. And so from there, you went on to like SNES or just straight to PS1 or PS2?
No. Jeez, I went to the Sega Genesis. I wanted that blast processing.
Sega Genesis.
In 96 or so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, like y'all said, man, y'all had your beans, that a can of beans that just said beans. I had my Sega Genesis where everybody else had Sega Saturns and PlayStations.
Yeah.
I had my Sega Genesis.
Well, we were like that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what?
See?
Everybody else was getting their Master Systems. We were finally getting an Atari.
We finally got an Atari, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So what games you have on that?
I had the one of the greats. I had Sonic and Knuckles. That was the first game I got.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I still have it.
It should be the first. You should have got the first Sonic too, right? Because I think they came with it. They
No.
gave you an offer resale cartridge.
No.
For us, we got an offer resale cartridge.
No, I didn't get that. If I did get that, I don't remember. I just remember getting Sonic and Knuckles.
Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
All right. And so how'd you get into fighting games?
I don't know. I think because I was playing Super Street Fighter. No, I wasn't playing Super. I was playing Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition on Sega Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
With that Mad Catz controller. Turn the turbo button on, play Honda, and win.
Oh, God, you actually had a Mad Catz controller back then?
Wow.
Yeah, I did.
Time travel from the past to get the sticks ready.
Ooh, yeah. Mad Catz was not a name you wanted on anything back in the days.
Still not today. I still hate their sticks.
Well, their sticks was all right. I was surprised when I got mine. It was like $100, and I got my first stick. It was like $180, something like that.
They rip you off.
And I was like, man, Mad Catz? But I kept seeing everybody saying, oh, yeah, these sticks are great. It's like, really? Mad Catz? I'll give it a try. I guess it was my only choice, really. But, and so you started with Street Fighter 2 and then moved on to...
I moved on to, I think, it was Third Strike.
Third Strike?
Well, no, let me rephrase that. Third Strike.
What'd you play it on?
I played it on PS2.
We
had the games together, Third Strike and Street Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2X, I think it was.
Yeah, and then I got Alpha Anthology. I played that for like an entire summer.
Mm-hmm.
Sucked at it. I sucked at all those games, and then then I got Street Fighter 4, brought me back in, and they came out with Super Street Fighter 4, and I was like, why the hell? No, what are you doing? I just bought this one. Why I gotta buy new games? So I was like, screw you. And then I seen Evil Ryu and Onin, and I was like, oh, okay, I can come back now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I came back and I got in, and I met you two, and then I met the other person in the group who I don't like, Ace Combat.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you came to I think that was our third tournament.
It was one in not Tony.
In Tillman's Corner, yeah.
Corner.
I think that would have been Ace's
Community center.
first. Yeah, it was at the community center. That was the first one you came to as
Yep.
well. Yeah, we met both of y'all at the same time. Although I turns out I'd actually met you a few years before, but yeah, I remember you came in and I guess me and you played, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, and I lost because I didn't know nothing.
Yeah, because you were playing with Guile and I was playing with Honda, and I was like, well, I lost, and I beat you, and I remember telling you then, like, you are way better at this game than I am. We both told you that. You remember?
No.
We did. We told you were way better at the game than we were. The only thing I had over you at that time was experience. And I told you then too, you should never lose a match against E Honda with freaking Guile.
No.
Did you gimmick him?
No. He
I was bad.
Yeah, he no, you weren't bad. You were
bad.
you were trying to be fancy is what I say he did, because
Oh,
he was always coming in. He was always coming in on E Honda. That's exactly what I want you to do.
Yeah, I think I'm aware of that. If people want to like try to do the solid stuff, but like,
Oh, yeah.
it ends up coming back to bite them in the back.
Yep.
Solid.
Almost all the guys I beat online are the ones who want to jump in on them and do like, let me show you my fancy combos, and then they end up getting killed. It's like, no, if you're Guile against E Honda, you down back and throw sonic booms until Honda jumps. Game over.
Yep.
That's literally all you have to do.
Throw some stand jabs while you're at it too.
Yep.
To make it look like you're doing one.
Exactly. So yeah, that's how we all met that fateful day, and then going up to Street Fighter V, where I just completely out of it now. I'm just a shell of what I used to be, and meanwhile you have
You say that, but you got top 3.
well.
you're out of the cell, but you still managed to get top 3.
I'm not as good as I used to be, yeah. But but Sam, I think, is definitely head and shoulders above everybody else. Everybody else that I know of in Mobile, anyway. So, not to mention he plays with a cheap character, but we'll get to that down the line.
Fake news.
And then of course, Mr. Stuck Dog.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing.
Yeah. How's your fighting game playing been going recently?
Nearly non-existent the last few weeks.
I'm with you.
Relatable. Yes.
Yeah. I had to start waking up an hour early for work now just to get a few games in before I go to work, basically. I've almost got Abigail up to platinum.
Oh.
Yeah. Quite on mistake, too. I didn't even realize. So.
Quite an achievement.
It is for me. Exactly.
We'll talk about cheap characters.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get to that. So, glad to have y'all on. It'd be good to have some more folks talk about this. We'll try to keep the show under 6 hours today.
It's a start.
So I'm just glad we're able to do stuff like this, and we'll hopefully get other players. I want to get Kevin and some of the Peacola guys and possibly some other Mississippi guys on and everything too. That'd be cool.
Too.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to local news and events. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't had time to research local news and events at all. The only event I know of going on east of here is in Pensacola. That's going to be at Emerald Coast Con next Saturday. They're doing Smash, they're doing Street Fighter, they're doing Marvel. Actually, I think they're doing Smash Friday and Saturday, but it may just be Saturday. But I think Friday and Saturday for Smash. But I know Street Fighter and MVCI are both Saturday. So that'll be November 18th over in Fort Walton. Just go on Facebook and look up Emerald Coast Con 2017 for more info on that. Otherwise, I don't know what else is going on. I didn't even have time to look before we started this, so I guess I did. I just didn't think to. No, you know something going on in
Yep, the Golden Grudge.
Golden Grudge.
That's
right.
going to be taking place in New Orleans, I believe. No, correct myself. The Bay Area, Louisiana. I keep confusing. Bay Area, Louisiana takes place, and it's going to be held November 18th. It's basically, as what the title is, it's a grudge event. They will have Street Fighter 5, to have MVCI, Injustice 2, Tekken 7, King of Fighters 14, Blaze Blue, Central Fixin', Guilty Gear Xrd, Rev 2, and Smash Melee.
That sounds like going to be a pretty good time, actually.
Yep.
Is that going to be streamed?
It should be. Yep. This will be
probably 482.
Yeah, the level 482 probably.
Level 482, yeah. Oh, man, if I don't go to Emerald Coast Con, I'll probably watch that.
They don't say that it will be streamed, but
we'll keep an eye on it.
Chances
are, if it's going to be streamed, it's going to be level 482. So
yeah.
No question about that. Let's see the weeklies that I know of that are still going on. Nerdery League down in the Alchemy Tavern in Mobile. O'Reilly's Downtown Throwdown, I know, is still going down. I actually watched that on Monday while I was in here doing some work. They streamed the MVCI tournament and the Street Fighter 5 tournament. I saw that, but they still do Smash and Tekken there too.
They had weeklies here?
No.
I mean, I see Mobile
Pensacola. Well, yeah, but it's not always fighting games though. They might do some. Smash. They might do like kart and just various other things. They'll do a lot of fighting games, but they don't allow fight sticks, and that's partially.
Oh, okay, forget.
That's partially my fault.
I mean, yeah. If you're a bad user, it's good for you.
Go down there for a good time, but if you're there for like serious competition, is not really. But yeah, the whole them not allowing fight sticks is kind of my fault because I went down there when the weekend that Street Fighter 5 came out, and me, Nick, and Kevin and Jay went down there. And so everybody else is sitting there playing with pads and having a good time and everything. And then the four of us come marching in with these, as far as everybody else is concerned, it's big machine guns just mowing everybody down. Everybody's looking at us like, what the hell is that? What is a fight stick?
And they never been to arcades before?
Well, no. Most of them were quite young and not really, not like into fighting games like we are. They were playing them just as games. Although there was a couple of pretty good guys there, but us, on the other hand, I went in there. I told them, I was like, hey, they giving away a free copy of Street Fighter 5. I could use a free copy of Street Fighter 5, so I went there. That's why I went. And like I said, it was me, Nick, Jay, and Kevin. And me, Nick, and Kevin came in first, second, third in the tournament.
Well, when was this?
That was when Street Fighter 5 first came out, couple years ago. Yeah, that Monday after it came out, because we did the tournament and I did the tournament in Navarre, and then we had the one the Saturday in Navarre, Sunday here in Mobile, and then Monday down there at Alchemy. But yeah, so pretty much after the four of us wiped the floor with everybody, they were like, yeah, no more fight sticks. So sorry about that, but. It's still a good time, though. You get your bar tab covered and everything by winning. So, let's see. What do we want to talk about first? Oh, well, I guess while we still talk about local news, anybody watching probably noticed that there hasn't been a whole lot of activity on the Fight Club website or group at all. I mean, not that there ever is any, and obviously we hadn't had an event.
Yeah, I heard you were trying to get an event coming up sometime.
Well, I was trying, but it just wasn't working. And now with my new job and all other stuff coming on, what we're probably going to have to do is take we're not going away, we're taking what's
Temporary leave.
Well, see, I don't even really call it that.
Sabbatical.
Sabbatical? Yeah, we're not actively looking to have an event in Mobile. I'll put it that way.
Oh, that's disappointing because I literally just told that dude to join our group.
I know.
Yeah, and he's from Louisiana too.
Now, here's the thing. If anybody else would like to, organize one, I've still got all this equipment. I'm still buying games. I'm still going to have everything up to date and everything. Mm-hmm. I'm just, like I said, I just don't have the time to set up this stuff, chase after, try to set everything up. If anybody else is actually interested in doing that around here and want my help in it, I'm all about it. I just can't do it myself anymore. Not for the next long while. I'm thinking possibly even a year before I get everything settled with what I got going on. That I can actually go chase down a actual place somewhere here to do it. But I've got too much going on, and I like I said, I just don't have time to actually set it up and try to do it all myself. Somebody else wants to do it, has a place that they can do it and all that kind of stuff. They want to get in contact and see if I want to help. I'm all for it. I'll still be available to help other folks, in town, out of town. If somebody wants me to come out and stream for them, just get in contact with me. Let me know early enough and let me see if I can set all that up and we're good. Anybody have an event and they want extra setups or whatever, just let me know. Like I said, we're not shutting it down, but I personally won't be actively trying to set up events anymore for a while. Not forever. I'm not stopping forever. Just for now. So, if you want to set something up, let me know.
Nope, it did happen. It did happen.
What?
Like August? This past August.
Oh, over there, and yeah.
I mean, you technically did 2 already.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like here.
I guess for the future,
yeah.
For your reference, yes.
Yep. So, I tried my best to do something for Fall Brawl this year, and it just nobody was having it. Mobile kind of sucks to be
not
honest.
not even Winter Warriors.
I know, but no.
That's the best time. You get out of finals and you go right into
I know.
Having fun.
I know. So yeah.
I understand it though.
Probably no Winter Warriors. Probably no Solstice Showdown. Maybe by next fall we'll see how things work out. But yeah. So
you said 12 months.
I'm giving it 12 months just in case everything I got going on takes that long, which I'm thinking it probably will. So, I'm sorry if that disappoints anybody, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah. Really?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not like we get a lot of folks from Mobile. I mean, shoot, even the events that we did have, we always got more folks from Florida and Mississippi anyway. So,
I'm always under the heavy look for casuals, and it's really hard actually to find it.
Yep.
It was easy for some reason when Besita from Cali was around, and there used to be casuals that with connections with Paul.
Oh yeah.
And when Dylan was around, we were able to get casuals too. But Dylan went to Louisiana. Besita's obviously out because it was the military transferring and all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really hard.
Yeah.
Been trying to look for one for the past couple of months and nothing.
Yeah.
Well, there is Tekken casuals, but the problem is it's always at a time where I'm in Mobile at school. It's like there's no way I can make it in time. So can't do it with those.
Yeah. Like pretty much these days, if it's not happening on a Saturday afternoon, then I probably can't make it. I'm working 10 to 12 hour days now, so it's just not happening. And I'm going to be doing that for a while. So anyway, just wanted to get that out there too. Again, to reiterate though, we're not completely going away, shutting down or whatever. I just don't have time to do it. And I know Stuck Dog doesn't either. Am I right?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he already didn't have the time anyway. He barely could ever make the stuff we do anyway. So
Yeah, he always be late.
I think that's my middle name. I get late.
Yeah, you late too.
late ass Ace Combat. Okay. So now that that's out the way, let's talk about Injustice 2. So it's coming out on PC. It's coming out. Is it coming out next week?
The 17th, I believe.
Yeah. So next Friday.
Next Friday.
What's all these games coming out on Fridays now? I mean, it's actually cool, but
the beta ends at the 14th, right? I think.
Today.
Tomorrow or today, yeah.
Today. Okay. Now, Stuckador, I know you had some playtime in it before it crashed.
3 whole matches.
3 whole matches. What'd you think?
Well, I've never played Injustice anything ever, so I had no idea what I was doing. Flailing around hitting buttons. It looked good. It ran really well. I had some stuttering in the very first match, but then the second 2, connection was great. So, until the whole thing just completely locked my computer up, which is the whole point of the beta.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point of the beta, exactly.
So they want to get data like that to say, hey, what caused this, and see if we can fix it before the game comes out.
Mm-hmm.
But, no, I thought it was pretty cool. I played Batman.
Ah, you're one of those, huh?
It's where it started. I just hit a button. I was going to do just as good with any other character because I've never touched it before. So
yeah.
Yeah, who would be considered like the main character of like the series of Injustice? You know how like in like Street Fighter, there's like the Sotos like Ryuken. That's like the general art, like fighting style in the game. And
you start up any fighting game, and you hit a button without moving the stick. That's the main character.
Generally, yeah. So where?
And they're no Batman, so it must be Batman.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're probably right there. Like Batman and Superman, I think would be the the obvious beginner guys or whatever. And but I really enjoy Injustice 2. I hadn't had a chance to play it, although that's probably going to change soon once Hellboy comes out. Going to get back into it. Every time a character dropped, I'll go back into it to try them out and everything. And I've liked just about all the characters. Starfire was okay. She's not my style of play, but she was fun. Raiden was Raiden, really good, cool. Sub-Zero, Sub-Zero, even playing in the Injustice fight style. He does pretty much what you expect him to do. Black Manta was really fun. But so Hellboy's coming out next week, I believe, and I feel like he's probably going to be my main after watching the clips of the live stream they did, I think on Tuesday, where they showed him and everything, and he's very similar to Doomsday in a lot of ways, and I'm like, okay, that's it, I'm done. That's my guy. He's Doomsday with a gun. It's like, why wouldn't I like that?
Carries functions over.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. He is a function of Doomsday with a gun.
Come up with movie proud. Yes.
So I'm actually pretty excited to give him a try.
Yeah, he looks interesting.
Yeah. He's got some really cool moves. Got the shoulder charge and the big hand. He's got a command grab that can't hit somebody when they duck. It only hits high.
Oh yeah.
So,
that's like generic command grabs in NRS where sometimes it's high and you can crouch or you can even block it.
Yeah,
it's weird. Well, MK was like that. I think in Injustice, I think most command grabs are now considered like unblockables, right?
Yeah.
They actually function like actual command grabs. Yeah. Whereas like MK games, like you can block some. Like I remember Jax was a big one. Like when I see a command grab, I see a blockable, like a command, like a grab, and then block it. You can block it. It's like. I don't know. Of all really things, I think that was the right time they should have done a unblockable command grab. Was like when MK9 or MK10 was around.
Right. So yeah, that's coming out. They had a patch recently, and I looked over it. Didn't really change any of the characters that I played. The big thing I noticed though was they took out basically all the unblockable backstage interactions. So there's no more that. So they can all be blocked now.
Good.
Which is I'm actually good with that.
I
Wait,
never liked
what?
interactables in the first place.
Yeah, I mean I'm okay with interactables. I didn't like the fact in the first game that they were unblockable and they did so much damage. It was like either be unblockable and do not as much damage, or do that much damage but at least give you the option to block it.
Wait, they finally fixed that?
Well, I mean, if you want to call it a fix, yeah. There was only
fix it. I mean, didn't get right. A real fix would be taken out of the game because I hate them.
Well, I mean, you can always turn them off.
Yeah, but like tournaments,
hate them.
TOs aren't just going to do that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. But now they can all be blocked, so that's good.
I mean,
That's
the ones that let you escape the corner, keep those, but the ones that let you like throw stuff at people and you can't do nothing about it, that needs to go.
Mm-hmm. Well, that usually depended on what character you were playing anyway, right?
Yep.
Usually the
There's
lighter, more
acrobat
agile
types,
characters
there's,
could.
strong characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but I am glad about that. I always thought. I remember when I first played it, and I was like, "Oh, I blocked that one," but then some of them I couldn't block. I was like, "What the heck?" So.
Yeah, but I always feel like it was a weird thing because people say it helps like matchups.
Uh-huh.
I think I told you this before. It's like I've seen like the Batman versus Doomsday in Injustice 1, and I heard the notion that like interactables like help characters that would have really bad matchups. Like, okay, like in this case it would have been Doomsday versus Batman because it can zone them. All it did was made Batman can escape out of the corner.
Yeah.
You just use press trait, escape out of the corner interactable, and now you can zone again more.
Yeah.
So I didn't really think it really did much. In fact, it made things worse. I think.
Yeah.
So much for balancing in that case.
Yeah, so much for that, right? But, yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to Hellboy though, and then there's Fight Pack 3. I guess I think the talk is going to be out like either very end of this year or early next year. They're going to start releasing characters for that. They already announced Adam. Saw a story a few minutes ago about how
Up and at them.
Huh?
Up and at them.
Yeah. Up and at them. Yeah. Okay. And then I saw we just saw the story about Constantine. They think might be one of the characters in it. That would be interesting. I would like to see how they would do Constantine.
Yeah,
in the
you
game.
may have to enlighten me some general aesthetics of some of the characters.
Hmm?
You gotta probably enlighten me on some of the general characteristics of like.
Oh well,
What like probably expect what like how their moves may be. Like
Constantine, I'm not sure how his moves would be.
does he throw cigar at people?
My God.
Huh?
If you were here yesterday, you would have known.
Yeah, because he's like basically a master of the dark arts, more or less.
Okay.
He's kind of a.
He's like Dr. Fate.
Well, he's kind
That's
of
what they
sort of.
yesterday.
He's a demon hunter. He has more like tricks than straight spells, although he does have spells too and stuff. So, but he mostly fights like demons and stuff. And I know like true Constantine fans are probably screaming, "No, that's not all he does." But just as a general thing.
A white spawn.
Huh?
Sounds like a white spawn to me.
A white Spawn? Oh, okay, yeah.
I thought Spawn was always white.
Spawn's a black guy.
Spawn's black.
Spawn's black. Yeah.
How did
I mean,
you
it
not
depends
know
on
that?
which Spawn, though.
What? Which?
Well,
Oh,
there was a more current Spawn a few years ago that was a white guy, but
Ha!
the original.
Oh, and the old one was.
yeah,
But
but the real Spawn is always a black guy. So
There's no real
The one-
Spawn.
the
There's
one
just a
most
current
people know.
Spawn.
the one most folks would know. When most people say Spawn, they're talking about the original Spawn and that he was black.
I didn't even know there was a current spawn.
There was a few years ago, but I think what's his name came back as Spawn because I believe he eventually killed. If I'm not mistaken, he basically became Satan himself. He took over hell. That's when the new Spawn came.
Huh.
Yeah. So yeah, but he's not really like. But he's not like, like a demon himself, like a Hellspawn himself. He's just knows how to deal with them. So it's kind of hard to figure what his movesets would be. If I had to guess, it'd be like a lot of setting traps and probably stuff like that.
He can't summon demons?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He was summoning some minions. What's his name does, I think? Was it Atrocious, whatever his name is?
Dark Side. Oh, well, yeah. Atrocitus.
Yeah,
He can summon his cat.
Swamp Thing, I think, doesn't it? Maybe
No,
not.
Swamp Thing, no. Poison Ivy can
Poison
call
Ivy, yeah.
the little
Trait.
her trait, the little vine monster that spits the venom at you.
It's like a seer more.
Dark Side, he has his little whatchamacallits. What's his little flying guys called?
Firefly?
Demons, I think.
No flying devil monkeys.
Yeah, exactly. Demons, I'm pretty sure they're called. But yeah, so that'd be cool. He gets like a little flying demon with a pitchfork or something flying overhead. Oh, I don't know. That might be too close to what's his name? Well, he doesn't have a pitchfork though, so it's fine. Anyway, that would be interesting. I'm wondering who the third character is going to be because I should have looked at the silhouettes, but I believe the last one looks like a female, or at least could be one.
I wonder if it could be any of the first fighter pack DLC that was supposed to come, but then they changed the silhouettes. Have you noticed?
Wait. Isn't what's name already in the game?
Who?
In Justice League, the 2000 show. Green Lantern's old lady, the black girl. What's her name? I forgot her name. She's like kind of like wild or whatever.
Oh, the animal girl.
Yeah.
Oh God, what's her name?
Yeah, what is her name?
Crap, I forgot. I
Me
don't know
too.
if you wouldn't have said anything. I know who you're talking about,
is
though.
Is she in the game?
No, she's not in the game.
Oh, that might be her then. I mean, we got Cheetah, but still.
Yeah, Cheetah's already in it, but she, from what I remember in the silhouette, it looks like this person has long hair. And she has short hair. I could be wrong, though.
Have you noticed, like, in the first silhouettes, they kind of changed over time? Like, they just completely changed
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
original character select screen?
Yeah, like the one that totally didn't look like Hellboy at all.
Yeah, and there was one that looked like Johnny Cage. And then it's
Yeah,
like
there
not
was
there
one that
anymore.
looked like... well... Yeah. Yeah, whatever did happen to the Johnny Cage one? Because when they changed it, it was obvious which one was Adam. That's why they went ahead and announced Adam, I think, because his silhouette was his whole thing was in the silhouette. It's like, oh, that's a small guy. That has to be Adam. There's no other shrinking guy that I know of in DC anyway. So, I'm pretty sure that's why they went ahead and announced Adam before they even announced Hellboy, right?
I don't know.
It was either right before they announced Hellboy or right after. But I know it was around the same time. They were like, "Oh yeah, and here's Adam."
I think it was after.
Because everybody already knew it was going to be him once the silhouette changed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, there's so many characters in DC. It could seriously be anybody. And again, when they showed Hellboy. It was like, well, you just throw out whatever you think could happen in the game because it could literally be anybody.
There's always spinoffs too. I mean, I was surprised we got 2 instead of just 1.
Yeah, it could be Sonya Blade. I doubt it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I hope not because we don't need any more Mortal Kombat characters.
Was that Black Lightning guy a skin of Raiden's or was he his own?
Yeah,
Raiden.
He's a skin of Raiden. Yeah.
Why would he do that?
But he does have his own
separate super, though.
Yeah, he has his own separate super and his own voice acting and stuff
They
like that.
just couldn't make him a separate character.
But the damage is like the same, and
Yeah.
the startup is the same.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they both do the same thing, though.
Yeah.
So
How about they just not put Raiden in the game? Just put him in the game, right?
I mean, that thought did cross my mind. It's like, why didn't they just put Black Lightning in the
They
game?
want more.
Yeah, but I mean, they're
Mortal
still
Kombat
basically the
people to
same
approach the game,
character,
that's
so
all.
they pretty much did.
Yeah, and plus, you get a little bit more of the crossover.
Yeah.
It's because Black Lightning isn't exactly the most well-known comic book character out there. So let's put Raiden in there for.
He was in that Super Friends show from back in the day, though. Who didn't watch that?
But who currently playing the game besides somebody my age watched that show?
Static Shock was
just saying.
DC, right?
I seen that show.
Static Shock is DC now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking they would have added him over.
Yeah, when they showed him at first, I thought it might have been Static Shock. But I was like, no, that's Black Lightning. But Static Shock is a little different. His powers are different.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He has some control over lightning, but not like that.
No.
No, his powers are from static electricity.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah.
It's not straight up electricity.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So, would be cool if we saw like more characters. Well, I forget the name of the comic book company that Static Shock and the Guardian and all them came from. Basically, it was like a black owned comic book company. So there was a lot of black characters in it, and they got bought out by DC, and they ended up doing the storyline where both realities merged, and the only two people who realized that their universes merged were Superman and, oh man, what is the other guy's name? The alien. He's an alien. His no. He's
You mean the other alien?
turning.
Because Superman's an alien too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but this guy's like he's like really powerful. He was basically their version of Superman. But his human disguise is as a like a black attorney. Oh, I forget his name.
So what?
A black attorney.
Yeah.
Why you gotta be a black attorney?
Because that's what he is. And
You don't tell me he's got black in his name.
no, I don't think so. No. This ain't the 80s. This was made, like in the last 15 years.
What were they doing in the 80s?
Yeah. Black Lightning and what was that episode of Harvey Birdman where he sued? It's like,
The Black Falcon or something like that?
yeah. It's like everybody knows I'm black. Why gotta have the name? I forgot what name he wanted to be called, and they were like, "No, let's call you black." And it's like, oh yeah, why did they do that? And the Indian guy that can grow, and
Oh, I remember him.
yeah, all that. But either way, when their two universes merged, Superman and that guy, Icon, that's his name, Icon. Look that guy up. He's awesome.
You said
Icon.
Indian.
No.
Very, very, very non-politically correct. You're supposed to say Native
American. You're right. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Who cares?
He
Yeah,
voted for Trump, too.
Icon. I would love to see Icon in Injustice. He would have been awesome. Although he basically would have been... he would be kind of cool. He's kind of a mixture of Superman and Martian Manhunter, kind of, sort of. Well,
I mean, they can still make like premier skins for characters like that and just tweak them a little bit for that one skin.
They could, yeah. I mean,
So they could put characters that are very similar to other characters that are already in the game and make them, like I said, a premier skin with just their, slightly tweaked moves.
Yeah.
Which reminds me that why Black Lightning couldn't just be his own character. I'm pretty sure he doesn't fight exactly like Raiden.
Well, again, that was a what's the word I'm looking for here?
I want a death battle. I guarantee you fucking Raiden will win.
Maybe. Well, he is a god, I guess.
Yeah.
But Black Lightning is pretty powerful.
He ain't fucking Raiden, though.
But yeah, more folks know who Raiden is, so let's put Raiden in there. And then for the comic book fans, let's put Black Lightning in there as well.
I'm just concerned they put all these damn Mortal Kombat characters in the game. I would just make Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh, that's coming, I'm sure. That's the next thing. I'm wondering if there's going to be if they're going to make any more fight packs, because not that Injustice 2 didn't sell well, it didn't sell as well as the first game. So I'm wondering if they're going to throw as much support behind it as they did the first game, because the first game they ended up putting like 12 extra characters in the game.
I don't know about you, but I want another like adventure game like Silent Monks.
Yes. God! If they would just make an HD re-release of Shaolin Monks, I'd buy it tomorrow. That game was so fun. Underrated.
It is really good.
That was an underrated game. That game was really good.
Yet the game's not canon, so
I know, but
it's just weird because I actually thought it was actually good. It
followed the story because you started off in like the place when you fight Goro, right? Mm-hmm. And then basically from there you're playing through like the in between time of Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, and then you kind of play through the storyline of 2, and then it's like, this game is so great. This is so awesome.
Yep.
I mean, to be fair, the Shinjuku thing and Onaga things aren't canon anymore either. They redid it, so that's what what you meant.
No.
When they said it wasn't canon? Oh, you know what I mean? That? Well, none of that shit canon anyway, so they might well redo it.
Is it? I thought like Onaga was like a part of like Reptile, and like in
Oh,
its
yeah.
That's not canon to the
Yeah, I don't
current
think.
timeline.
I think
That's not.
because X basically reset everything, and
Yeah.
I think in NRS's mind,
Oh man, I
like
hate that story.
X connects to other things, but doesn't really take anything that happened before it into account.
I kinda-
Although
I want them to
a
bring
lot
them
of the
back,
stuff
though.
kind of.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't make it like 10 from there on because I didn't like the way they changed too much things. Not
Really?
not the characters. I didn't care about like that. I mean, like the aesthetics. Like the purple wasteland's not a thing anymore. Now it's orange skies.
Uh-huh.
It used to be purple. That's
Well,
that's Outworld.
How about
it's
they
supposed to be purple.
actually start making their female characters look like women instead of men? Just saying.
Didn't they fix
I
it
thought
later?
the female characters looked all right in X.
Yeah.
I think early on it was bad. Usually, typical cycle is
terrible.
early it's bad. Then once it's out, then it's fine.
I mean, Injustice 1 had issues. Well, really only one issue because the
Injustice One was like the exception.
Wonder
And
Woman.
MK9.
It's like, how did they let Wonder Woman out the door looking like that?
Yes, and then people
I mean,
complain about
she did
Chun-Li and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, but like,
Oh,
fucking just
Jesus.
let Wonder Woman get through
Yeah.
the damn doors. So
Chun-Li looking like a busted hooker before they
I'm
kicked
just
her.
saying though, like they just let one slide and then just. I'm just saying, dude, nobody's being fair, man. A lot of stuff ain't fair. They just let NetherRealms get away with all this stuff, and
Chun-Li-
Capcom mess up once, they want to get all
Chun-Li looked
upset.
like she got her face beat with, God knows what. Wiped all the lipstick and the
I'm
makeup
not
from the
saying
middle
it
of her
was
face.
bad.
And just lifted
I'm
on the very
just
edges
saying.
of it.
And
Her face was all swollen up because she had some bad shellfish or something. It was terrible.
And you seen
It
the way
was
and you seen the way she
terrible, but-
walks too.
Nobody
Yes.
went
like a crab.
crazy like
That's
that
what gets
over
me
Wonder
more
Woman
than
now.
anything else. That's
No, I tell you it was bad. The Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. Wonder
Oh,
Woman in that
no.
looked like a man.
Sonya did
Oh,
too.
no, not
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah.
That game is pure comedy. The story is
A lot of
in
folks
itself
really love
is-
it, though.
It's good. It's good because of how bad it
Because
is.
of how bad it is, exactly. A lot of folks really love that game, but I think it's exactly that. It's like, this game is so bad, I can't stop playing it.
But I do miss their old style. It's weird though, because like I'm. Well, actually, it not really, because like this new Mortal Kombat isn't really truly like the older MK ones either, because you didn't have like typical high punch, low punch, low kick,
No.
high kick. It's
Yeah,
all
variations
differentiated.
too.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like a mixture of like the first MK series like generation, and then the
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
But I did like the second one too. Actually, even I preferred the first one the most. Like the second one wasn't too bad either. It felt like a different take of how they like approach like the Tekken series. The only stupid thing was like the whole death traps, like in MK Death Traps. And do you remember that?
Oh yeah, no, they were like Deadly Alliance, not Deadly Alliance, Deception, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Deception.
yeah.
Yeah, you can like kill someone
Instant
off
kill.
by just going through a wall and stuff. Some were like I think you can even walk on and you can lose. I think it was like one hit and you can lose.
Yeah, they
Like,
were
Well, those
kinda
are certain stages though. Like,
Yeah, it was
you
certain
just-
stages.
You just have to play those.
Yeah.
The subway and I know it was that one with the little
Oh yeah,
smasher thing.
the falling cliffs. That's the one I'm thinking that you can
Yeah.
stand anywhere
Yeah.
and you can
Yep.
die because it keeps getting shorter and shorter to stage.
Mhm.
If you stand outside, you just fall.
Yep. Yeah, that's when I was kind of out of Mortal Kombat. But I think I played Deadly Alliance a little bit when I started working
I
at
played that a lot.
Toys R Us, and then I played Deception. I actually played Deception a lot.
Yeah,
I played that a lot too.
Deadly Alliance bored me for some reason.
I unlocked just about everything in Deception.
Yeah, the crypts are a good thing, and the conquest. I absolutely loved the Deception one. Armageddon was okay too, but I didn't like the story.
Armageddon,
The
yeah.
gameplay
I didn't
aspect
play
of the
Armageddon.
conquest was great, but the story part I think was eh.
Conquest was the one where you can make your own fatalities, right?
Yeah.
That was in general, like the gameplay, like
Yeah,
in
that was in general. And,
Yeah.
Armageddon.
Armageddon, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Armageddon generally you can do custom fatalities, but their
Yeah.
their
I
conquest
hated that.
their conquest was a lot like a pre-Sound
What
of
you
Monks,
hated
I'd
options?
say. So if you like the Sound of Monks gameplay,
Mm-hmm.
if you like the Sound of Monks gameplay, you probably like the Armageddon gameplay. But the thing is, the story. I personally I didn't like the whole Dagon and Tavan. I thought they were very unoriginal. I felt.
Well, the thing I didn't like about the custom
Oh yeah, up,
fatalities.
up, square, down, square, left,
It
right,
was
circle to
it
finish
was
it
like
off.
it
or
was
something
like
that.
the pull off an arm,
Yeah,
pull off a leg, pull off the other arm, pull off
They're
your
trying to
head.
be original, spice
then-
it up.
and then you can do nothing, and it's not fatality, really. Well, is it? I think they just say brutality, I think, or something like that.
Maybe, but they I always felt like it needed like an ender or something.
Yeah, yeah. The circle is
because-
the ender. If you do circle,
Yeah,
then
but
it ends
something.
it.
It just never felt like.
Oh, he said brutalities. When MKX did brutalities, I was like, oh, you just beat them till they just explode. No, you don't.
Yeah, it's a different.
I hated that.
Yeah.
I will say-
bring
I kinda
that
like the way
back.
they
I was so
did it.
I
excited.
wish they did that for the like. I wish they had that as fatalities, honestly. Like
for
for MKX for upcoming, like the way brutalities are. I like the idea how like at the last round you do something. It
oh
kills
yeah,
them.
how it's.
I like that. It's like the fatality.
I didn't like that, but
moment.
I didn't like they called it brutality. I wanted the whole brutality, but we just combo them to death and they explode. I like that.
Like, why don't they just do that? Like, Scorpion has like a little. He used to have a flame move in Mortal Kombat 4 where he could take off mask and just throw the flames at the opponent. He used to have that special for that. And I want to just like do it like what they do brutalities now, just let that be fatalities and let that account for it. I don't know.
He doesn't have that in X.
No, he
Did
can't.
they not give him?
They what they started to do when the 3D Xbox PlayStation 2 generation more kind of did. He has the rise up flames now instead of the takes off the masses to throw the flames.
Right, but he wasn't one of the ones that got his classic fatality back.
Oh
in
no,
X.
he did get the classic fatality. Yeah.
Okay,
And,
but it's not the take off and skull and blowing them.
Oh
on
no,
fire
no,
or
it
nothing
did
like
do that.
Okay,
But it's only in the fatality, not like an actual move. MK4,
okay, yeah, as a separate move.
MK4, he had that as a move and the fatality. So,
Okay,
it was
All
funny. He had like a white costume to look like a human smoke. It's like an alternate, so I thought it was pretty neat.
Oh.
And the skull was always out too, so it's like, that's pretty neat.
that's kind of cool.
I didn't like in the new current timeline they killed off a lot of the characters.
Uh-oh.
In MKX,
Yeah, no, couldn't have 9.
Oh, and
in the current
9, yeah,
timeline.
I was like, yeah.
They killed off
yeah.
a lot of people.
I
Man.
watched
Sindel
the
killed
story
off
mode of 9. It
a
was like,
mass
damn, he's
majority of
dead.
them.
Damn, he's dead. They killed him. They killed her. Dang.
They killed
killing
freaking
everybody.
Night Wolf.
I was
But
liking
I'm
the way, I was
hoping
liking the
that
way it
in
was going.
this current timeline they bring back Onaga. He didn't get the respect he deserved. Because
I
he's supposed to
thought
be
Onaga was lame.
more badass than Shao Kahn. He's Shao Kahn's boss. That's who Shao Kahn was serving. So he came in for one game and poof, he's gone. Like he's just a subplot in like Armageddon or whatever. Like, come on, he got more respect than that. He's supposed to be this big badass guy who Shao Kahn was afraid of.
They probably have more respect to Dark Khan.
Yeah.
Do you
That
know who he is?
atrocity.
The boss of MK versus DC.
Oh, okay, yeah, I do. I heard the name. Yeah, it was a mixture of Shao Kahn and Darkseid. Yeah,
Bring Onaga back, man. Bring
yeah.
him back. Make him be the next guy. I'm like Shinaga. Fuck Shinaga. Onaga. Naga wipe the floor with Shinaga.
Speaking of which, do you play Mortal Kombat Mythologies?
I never.
No.
I played.
I did.
Was that the one that was a Sub-Zero and the
Yeah.
Jax one?
There was a Jax one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Special Forces though.
Special. Okay, yeah, that was special.
Most people
yeah.
said that was the worst as far as the adventure games go.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Mythologies is I think it depends on what generation the player is. I think like if you're like old school and you like the platform stuff, you probably could tolerate it. Whereas
I did.
now,
You fucking instant death
yeah,
things.
yeah, but it was like one of those games you had to lose to memorize what things were. It's like kind of like I guess it's similar to Dark Souls where you kind of like guaranteed lose stuff.
Yeah.
Just like,
Here we go with this
Yeah,
thing,
so-
comparing things to Dark Souls.
It was.
I mean, it's still wrong to compare it because they're two different things. But I'm comparing only that like
I'm
you
just
have
sick
to
of
lose
everybody
to,
making Dark Souls be the pinnacle of difficulty. It's like there were things before Dark Souls.
There is, yeah.
Oh no, there were definitely
technically,
things before Dark Souls.
Technically, I could have said Mythology is before Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that games have gotten so easy in the last 15, 20 years that folks forgot.
Yeah, like normal is a new
like
easy.
what a difficult game was until Dark Souls came out.
There used to be no save data. I used to remember
Oh God,
Well, it was Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja. Oh, you talking about like the first one on the NES?
No, on the Xbox.
Oh, on the Xbox. Yeah. Well, yeah. That was one of the first like hard games when it came out. Because at the time
That
everything was
game
easy.
tricked me into playing it on easy.
And then it tricked you into playing it on easy?
Yeah, I died so many times. Like, pick this. I'm like, oh, what is this? And then it's like Ninja Dog. I'm like, that's easy. You fucking. I had to replay the game on normal.
Did you play the one where if you pick that, you always have the flower or something on your head or something
Oh no.
like that? That might have been 2 that did that. And you know what? I had a flower on my head because I was like, you know what? I don't have time. Exactly. Then there was Devil May Cry 3.
Oh, they got a $60. Oh no, but then it was a $50 easy mode.
Man, that game was tough.
Special edition. That dumbed it out.
I never beat Ninja Gaiden.
Before patches.
Struck Dog did. Yeah, he did.
I did.
He didn't beat Devil May Cry 3, but I did.
I did. But I beat it on the easy mode, which is called Special Edition.
Oh, yeah. The thing about Devil May Cry 3 that made it so hard is that they had such powerful enemies at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Once you powered up, I mean, you had to get like a pretty good few hours into the game before you powered up enough to where you at least started feeling equal to the enemies. And then the game wasn't so bad, but it was just all the difficulty was at the front because everything was so freaking strong. That first boss, was it the first boss?
That Reaper?
No,
that thing was safe?
it was the thing. It's like you came out of the house and then you went to the bar
The
and you went
Cerberus?
behind it. Yeah, Cerberus wasn't so bad. There was another one. I may have been boss after that. That was just like, you know what, I'm done with this game. But I feel like after that, it got better as you got more powerful and everything. But yeah, that was definitely hard. I mean, you know, you want to talk about something that Dark Souls difficult and everything. Let's talk about Battletoads.
Oh,
Have either one of y'all ever played that?
I know that was
Yeah.
on the Super Nintendo.
No,
We
I'm
never
talking
beat
about the original NES game, Battletoads.
Oh, no.
No. I played the Genesis version.
That's
I think.
one of the games I
Go
didn't get to.
go and play that game, and you won't talk about trial and error hard.
I watched the Angry Video Game.
It goes from being, hey, this is really fun to what the hell?
yeah, it's really fun. No, I mean it's like third level.
Third level.
When
Yep.
you jump on that damn hover
Jump
bike.
on that hover
that's the end
bike.
of it.
That's when the game gets ridiculously hard. Like quick. 'Cause it goes from being fun to challenging to forget this game.
They done made a game you can't beat.
Exactly. And we even had a game genie. And it still took me like an hour to play through it. Like the final boss was impossible. Even with a game genie. With the game genie, I was invincible with infinite lives and the game was still... Go and play that game.
Harder than Silver Surfer on the NES?
I don't remember Silver. I don't know
Silver
if I
Surfer
played
just
that
a
one.
bad game.
Oh, and what was worse about Battletoads is that the game was so much easier with a partner, but the partner had to be as good as you were.
But the partner had to be as good as you were, because
I
Oh,
think they have
yeah.
a lot of versus games. Well, co-op games.
because if you
Friendly
had
Fire was on that game.
you had a bad partner in that game, they'd actually make it worse. It'd hold you back.
Because we beat it together.
Yeah.
With a game genie.
No,
No.
we first beat it. We actually beat the game.
Yeah,
Oh, without the game
I
genie?
went back and played it with a game genie, just to be
Oh.
like, you know what, I'm gonna beat this game alone, and I'm gonna cheat to do it. But if anybody's got an Xbox One, if you get the rare collection thing, it has that game on it, and you can actually do like rewind. And I seriously think they put that functionality in the game for Battletoads. I seriously believe that's what they put that in there for. When you get to the bikes and you start hitting walls left and right, you can go back in time to when you were good and just go through it that way. That's the best way to play it. But there's still stages after that in the middle. That one stage where you got to race the rat down. Oh my God!
Down the tube.
Yeah, it's making me mad just thinking about it. So
Oh, I remember you on that. You on like a rope?
no. You
Oh.
you just got to run down the stage, and it's like there's a bunch of holes, and the rat like never stops, but there's obstacles and stuff, and it's maddening. It is maddening. Then there was a stage with the ice and the snowballs, and anyway, we're getting way off topic.
Zero.
What were we talking about? Injustice 2. I think we already talked about everything about Injustice 2 there. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to start talking about Mortal Kombat 11. Is it going to be X1 or 11 or?
But you gotta remember, I mean, it's probably they're probably trying to stack that to where that's the new thing. Because remember, Mortal Kombat X came out. Well, no, Mortal Kombat 9 came out, and then when people started talking about maybe a Mortal Kombat 10, they said, "Here, we've got this new DC game," and everybody was shocked that it wasn't a new Mortal Kombat game.
Yeah, Injustice did just kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah, and they thought that they just kind of forgot about Mortal Kombat altogether, and then that trailer came out, and it was obvious that they had been working on that too.
Oh yeah,
So it looks like they're going to try to keep staggering this as long as it makes money.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Because like I said, their first Injustice sold just a ridiculous amount of copies. It was way more. I think in their head, Injustice was going to be like a little stopgap, just something to do, for fun, to make a little money while they're working on the next Mortal Kombat. But that game ended up selling like hotcakes. Like I said, I know Injustice 2 hadn't sold quite as much. It still sold well, though. I think it's 2-3 million copies, something like that sold. So I mean, it's still
okay, can I ask a question?
What's that?
What the hell is a hot cake?
Pancake, man.
Pancakes?
Really?
It's a hot cake, yeah.
So sound like pancakes. So pancakes are really high demand.
Folks like pancakes, yeah.
I'm just saying we gotta come up with better stuff like hot cakes.
I'm old, man. That's what the old guys say.
It's a figure of speech, dude.
So, yeah.
Just saying, better figure of speech. Nobody's buying hot cakes, pancakes like that.
Anyway,
unlimited pancakes at IHOP.
Shoot.
The place is still expensive.
Or you could eat what?
Oh no! Not when they do the limited. When they do the unlimited pancakes, they have a $4.99.
$4.99
pancakes. It's like pancakes and 2 eggs. It's $5. You can eat as many pancakes.
You can eat
as you want.
pancakes.
That's the only time I go to IHOP.
Same here. And they got the all-you-can-eat pancakes at what's that place? Steak and Shake.
Steak and
Shake. Yeah.
Okay, Steak and Shake is really
Those
good.
are pretty good.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I've ever had there. Actually, I've never had a shake. I've never had a hamburger or anything. I've only had their all-you-can-eat pancakes.
I go there for the Prince Royal burger or the for the egg on the burger. Now Burger King tried to add that. I think this month, but it's like really expensive, like $6.
That's that
something like that.
What's that? Was that the Barn Burger?
Yeah,
farm.
The
Farm
burger.
King or something like that.
Yeah, Farm King burger.
Yeah, I saw the commercial for that the other day.
It's like $6.
Oh, that's the one I told you about the other day with the egg on it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That was so good.
See,
I put them on the boycott list too. Them at McDonald's, not eating there.
Okay.
All right.
I just had it today.
Whole bunch of people didn't play Wind Waker.
That's true.
A really good game too.
That's true.
I played that. Damn it, I still have it.
That's true. When I worked at EB Games, I always used to tell folks would come in and I would talk about it. It's like, this game is so awesome. It's like, oh, but it looks dumb. And I would sell it to them, and we couldn't take a return for a new game back. But I would always, I would give it to them and tell them, take it home, play it. If you don't like this game, I will take it back as a return, even though it's a new game. Not a one person ever brought the game back. That game was really good. You just had to get past the way it looks.
I didn't care.
It was like a recommendation.
I was like
guarantee.
13, didn't care.
Well, it's like a lot of folks just felt like, it looks like a cartoon. I don't want to play it. And I can understand, particularly when the year before, when they were showing the GameCube and they were showing what the next Zelda could look like, and it looked awesome. And then
they got what they wanted.
The next E3, they come out with Wind Waker. And I'll admit, I was upset too. I was like, what the hell is this? What is this?
They messed themselves up there.
And I came from Ocarina of Time, and I was like, I want to play Wind Waker.
Right.
So, and then they came out with Twilight Princess, and they shut the hell up.
Twilight
Princess.
A lot of that comes from the advent of the PlayStation generation to begin with.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII and all this, and I'm a PlayStation guy, and PlayStation makes games for grown-ups and all this stuff, and Nintendo never lost the image of being a family system, especially making games geared toward children. But one of the things I've always loved about Nintendo, and I still do, is that they are one of the few video game companies in the world that still make video games.
Yes, I always
They
say
make
that.
a game that's fun,
I
that you want to
always-
pick up
Legacy,
and complete because it is an actual game.
I always
It's not a movie that you get to play, for 2 or 3 minutes at a time and sit back and watch for 2 hours.
Yep.
It's not.
Yep.
It's not
Hey.
something that they try to make look so realistic, but the action is so fantastic that it just doesn't even mix with the way it looks.
I agree.
So when they came out with Wind Waker, when I first saw that it was going to be cel shaded, I was happy as hell. I don't want my Zelda looking ultra realistic. I want it looking more cartoony. I want it looking more fantastic.
Yep. Although Twilight Princess was really good, but either way,
I know Twilight Princess.
Yeah,
I beat that too, and I like that too. I'm just saying.
No, I
didn't
love
care.
Twilight Princess. That game was amazing. But
even when it came around, when they started showing it, and it was like, what the hell is this? This isn't what they showed us before. I was still thinking, but it's Zelda from Nintendo.
But it's Zelda from
I'm gonna play
Nintendo.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always say the same thing though. Sometimes I feel like Nintendo was the only company that realizes that the root word of video game is game. Personally, because
Unlike,
like
Sony.
you said, well, like Sony,
Microsoft.
I don't really like a lot of like the Sony games, like the The Last of Us and
Don't like that either.
Uncharted and all the cinematic crap.
Oh, okay.
It's
now
like
we're gonna
he
fight.
just said.
We're gonna fight.
No. Well, see, the thing is, there's no replay value to any of those.
Right,
Because once
yeah.
you play through
Once
it,
you play
there's
through it, there's no reason to play through it
Hey,
again. It's like, okay, I
damn it.
watched that
I'm
film,
fighting
I'm
you on
done.
Uncharted. Uncharted does.
I
have
didn't say
replay
Uncharted
value.
wasn't a good game, but
There's no reason to play
there's
through it
no
again.
once you
have.
finish it, there's like, okay, yeah, that was a fun film. What's next?
Film.
Yeah.
Uncharted is awesome. I don't like The
Meanwhile,
Last of Us.
again,
like
I didn't say that the game wasn't good, but
This is what people talking about. You people think they said Nintendo gamers don't like story, and you're proving them right.
What? No, that's not what we're saying at all.
no,
Then why are you talking about the movies and stuff? You don't want to.
They're not games,
They're
is what
not
I'm
games.
saying.
They're more
You still play
cinematic
them.
experiences.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, they are cinematic experiences. They are not so much games.
They're not games.
So
Like Metal Gear Solid, especially, is one of the best examples of
Metal
it.
Gear
There was-
Solid is
I want
those,
to bring that up a bit.
Especially, I think it was Metal Gear Solid 3, where some of the cinematic scenes were like running on 40 minutes long.
I felt it was 4. Yeah,
Four.
that's exactly. Yeah,
Is
I
it
was going to
four?
say that.
Okay,
4
so-
felt like they had sequences that was like 10, 20 minutes. or
40.
something like that.
Yeah.
40.
There was
I'm
one
talking
that
about
was
one
going on
segment.
40 minutes.
Look, I'm talking
That
about
is
one
towards
segment
the
too.
end.
I fell
Really?
asleep in it.
You,
When you
that
finish,
that boat segment?
yeah.
Oh,
When
yeah.
you finish fighting the girl in the tower, I fell asleep in it the first time I played through it. I had to go back and play
Wow.
through the whole damn game again just to see that cutscene because I
skip
fell
it,
asleep in the middle of it.
Where did
Oh,
they
now
go
see-
wrong with that?
And the thing is, the
Okay,
story was amazing.
Yeah, the story was great. I mean,
There were so many parts while I'm sitting there watching that. It's like, I could have played that. I could have played that.
Yeah.
I could have played that.
Yeah,
I could have
exactly.
played that.
yeah,
Wow, that would have been really fun to play.
Which is where-
but you
which
didn't
is-
play any of it.
which is
Y'all
where
know
Yeah,
that
game,
you
it's a
wanted to
movie.
be a movie director. You wanted to make movies.
well, yeah,
Obviously.
but which is where God of War always thought did good. With their stuff. With the
button time.
Yeah.
What did
They
Senmu
did
do?
the quick time
Quick,
action.
yeah.
So.
Quick time actions.
Yeah.
Senmu did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that Shenmue created. Oh
And
man,
I was hoping that last Metal Gear, well, not this last one, but I guess the one before that one, I guess that would have been Metal Gear 4, would have had
Yeah.
the quick time events in it.
yeah, but it didn't.
But it didn't.
Oh, you know
Just-
what I
just
hated the
watching.
worst? The simultaneously most awesome and most annoying part of that game was the fight with Vamp,
Oh, yeah.
and you're fighting them,
With Raiden and the vampire dude.
and it's split
You couldn't
screen.
watch it because you were playing the part.
I
yeah.
couldn't watch it because I'm fighting Vamp. Meanwhile, you're sitting over there watching apparently what was the most awesome cutscene of all time in the
Yeah.
game, but it
Oh,
was split
yeah, I
screen.
remember that.
So the boss fight was going on over here, a cutscene's going on over here.
Yeah.
I'm all concentrated on the boss fight. He's all like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "What? What just happened?"
That was the biggest troll. And he did that shit on purpose, and you know he did.
Dad, I had to,
Everybody talked about how crappy a character Raiden was, so he made him into
so
this
he made it
badass
into
ninja.
just
Had
the
him do this
awesome.
badass fight and made sure that you couldn't see it.
Yep, it was. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did.
You were too
So
busy
okay,
shooting
okay.
those damn geckos things.
He
Yeah.
sucks, huh? Yeah.
You have to shoot them too, otherwise you'll die.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've gotten way off topic again. But
Oh yeah, Injustice Esports, whatever is
Yeah,
going on,
yeah.
and supposedly there'll be a reveal there. That's about it. That's all I know about Injustice.
yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and move on from Injustice and all the other stuff we're talking about right now. Let's talk about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
What?
So,
What are you doing? That wasn't on the top of the list. We
Yes,
supposed to
it
talk about
was.
why he liked the pirate games.
oh Jesus Christ, that's going to be down at the end. So,
Is this on the
No,
skip
no,
list?
no,
Marvel
no.
vs.
We're
Capcom
supposed to talk
Infinite?
about what's the name though. That's topic 3, Zaku.
I told you we're not going in the exact order that we talked about before. Anyway,
Ah,
have you played MVCIs?
Yeah, I think didn't I say that in the last podcast?
Maybe. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, but I hadn't really played it at the time.
Okay, but I guess I'll say that day I told you I played, which was like early October.
Yeah.
It still says as the last time I played in early October. I didn't touch it since.
You haven't played it since?
Nope.
Oh man, about 3 weeks ago, I finally got into
what is
it.
he? What are you playing that on?
PC.
PC. Okay.
Let me go check his Steams.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it. I'm fact checking him. He might be lying over there.
Oh no, that one I'm not lying.
No, I got into it like a couple of weeks after Red September. I had a
check,
Sunday
he-
off, and I just sat down and played the game for like 3 hours, and I'm like totally in love with it now. That game is so much fun. I play Thor and Hulk, which was tough to get started on because I think I did talk about that before, where I had a hard time
You only got
adjusting
2.5 hours in it.
to Thor's new controls because he didn't have kicks in MVC3.
Yeah.
So figuring out, what his kick buttons did, which moves were on kicks and punches and stuff like that, and the way Hulk was changed around a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
But
The hard thing was figuring out the early BMBs too. Like,
Yeah.
what was the beginning? What are your starter normals?
yeah,
So
exactly.
up close. I felt that was hard.
but over the last couple of weeks, I feel like I've gotten a pretty good hold of it now. So much to the point to where yesterday I took a little break from work over here, and I was playing on the Fight Club account. I played like 3 or 4 fights. I played 5 fights, and I got rage quit on twice. That's how I knew I got it.
Yeah.
I got this game now.
That's a great way to tell when you're making progress.
Both of them, I got rage quit on twice at the exact same point in the combo. It's a combo with Hulk, and I guess folks think it's unfair and hurts too much. But you start an air combo, you end it with a fierce kick in the air off of the ground bounce. You can do a ducking light punch into a standing fierce punch to get the wall bounce. Mm-hmm. They'll bounce over Hulk's head. You do the fierce gamma charge into his super. That's when I got rage quit on twice. Actually, the combo always started with Thor. He would start the combo and that tag in. Hulk continue the combo into the ground bounce, into the wall bounce, into the super. Half their life gone. They were just like, forget it, I'm out. And I'm like, yeah, I got this game now. I
And
got
what
it.
stone?
I'm in there now.
And what stone?
That's
were you
casual rank.
Power
Stone.
Stone.
Oh, so you're making it double. You're doubling the effect if it gets.
Wait.
Yeah.
Was this casual rank?
I only play casual on the Fight Club.
And you
account.
just started off?
No, I've been playing for a little while.
No, I'm talking about as your rank, like, because you know how they got it to where, like.
Oh yeah,
you
I'm still at
20,
15, but the other 2 guys that rage quit were actually level rank 12 and 13.
Oh, I'm trying to see, is that like they're noobs? Because they're noobs, I can
No.
understand why they quit.
No, they were level
Oh.
12 and 13. I guess they thought they just, I'm not going to lose to this
Okay,
guy.
what is
This
12
guy's
and 13 in comparison, like, in Street Fighter? Is that, like, gold?
cheap. No. Because
Ultra Silver?
beginner's rank, which is what I did on my personal account, you can't be in that once you get out of level 14. So 13 is kind of the first. 13 I would probably be like bronze.
Oh, okay.
Well, like super bronze or something like that. I would say gold level would probably be around 10 to maybe 8. There's not a whole lot of folks. I mean, it takes a lot. And talking to somebody who doesn't get a chance to sit down and play the game for hours all the time, but it takes a lot of points to actually raise rank in that game. So it takes a while, and I haven't seen a lot of folks overrank. Now, this was a few weeks ago when I was watching some streams, but I haven't seen a lot of folks overrank 8 or 7.
Is it like Capcom's style ranking, where the higher ranking person you face, you get points, or is it like Tekken, where if you have to be nearby and you get more
I'm not
points?
sure because it doesn't show you how many points you get. Just a gauge fills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
gauge fills.
and I did beat somebody like way higher ranked than me in a ranked match, and it seemed like I just got like a little. But then I beat somebody who was below me, and it was like I got a lot.
Maybe it's
So-
like Tekken. Maybe if it's around your ranking, you get more points.
Possibly, I don't know. I did mean to look up what determines how much rank you gain by winning a match. If anybody knows, it may be how close the match was, how far away it was, or whatever like that. I don't know. But I think on my personal account, I think I'm ranked 12 now, and that was just one day of playing ranked. So, but
Nobody did this Fireman Infinite on you.
it was
I
already
think
out.
that was that
It was,
past
Oh,
it
you
was
played
already
a
it was
little
already
too
gone
late.
by,
Okay.
by the time I went to go play it. It was already gone. I tell you what, everybody's freaking playing Monster Hunter though. Jesus
Oh, yeah.
Christ!
Pay to win. Pay to win.
Yeah, well, she's got some weaknesses. If you can get rid of her partner, she ain't that great, but don't get hit.
Can you
She
command
Was
grab her
good
armor?
too. Pay to win.
yes,
Okay, so maybe command grab.
which is
character.
what I found out when she's sitting there charging up her little thing. If Hulk is in grab range, come here, bam.
I just want to play to do Palm Breaker.
Kind of like the Loki GIF from the first Avengers movie.
Palm
But yeah,
Breaker.
kind of like that. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Thor. Not Thor.
That's Thanos.
That,
Palm
yeah,
Breaker.
yeah.
I want to do that.
When I finally start branching out to other characters, he's one that I found pretty cool when I was doing his trials.
Palm Breaker.
Ghost Rider,
Sigma.
Monster Hunter,
Pay to
Sigma.
win.
Sigma is so simple, but he's really good though.
What's his
Pay
thing?
to win.
What's his thing?
Uh,
Like, what's scary about him?
well, he has a little dash moves with the sword that you can continue combos with after.
Like a Rekka?
I think it's dash better
No,
than Strider.
like he'll dash like forward with the sword, up with the sword, and if he's in the air, down with
Here,
the
go
sword.
down,
So
and you can double that and keep it going.
The dash hits you like most folks would do the one going up. So the dash hits you, and then the sword hits you, and then you fall under him, and then he can do a fierce kick after that to get a ground bounce to do an extra combo into a super, and half your life is gone. So he's really easy to get
Is it safe on block?
damage.
I mean, yeah, you can tag switch, but I mean, is there like good mix-up potential
If you
from
block
switching?
it, especially if he does the up one, he'll generally go behind you. But
Oh,
then he'll- but then he'll
so
just-
he does have a mix-up. So he'd be behind you.
Yeah.
Cause like a little weird.
Yeah,
front.
and you think, okay, I can jump up and get him behind, but no, he'll tag, and his partner will come from behind you, and now you're hurting. So, yeah, and the whole tag mechanic, it took me a while to get used to it, and I keep forgetting about it too. You know, folks cross me up with it all the time, and I finally gotten to the point where I'm thinking, crap, I just did Hulk's fierce punch, and now I'm stuck in this. Oh wait, I can just tag. And make it safe. So
It's a mix-up on its own.
yeah, yeah. Complaints I
Monster
have.
Hunter is so good.
Complaints I have. It's like they went out of their way to make Hulk, I don't want to say bad, but
Very different.
he's very different. Yeah, his armor, like his fierce punch, I keep throwing out his fierce punch as if it still has armor like it did in 3.
Yeah, early habits, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. And yeah, that thing only has armor, feels like 100 frames into the move. His Gamma Charge has armor, but not at the start. His Gamma Crush Super doesn't have invincibility at the start. So if you're
Really?
standing right next to him and you see him started up, just hit him and he'll be out of it. Yeah, so that's been the biggest thing, getting used to him not having armor, particularly on that fierce punch. But if you hit somebody with a fierce Gamma Charge from all the way across the screen, then and that's another thing too, having to get used to slowing down, particularly with the team I play, because they will do something and I want to immediately keep following up, and you'll miss stuff. It's like if you do Hulk's fierce Gamma Charge from all across the screen, it'll knock them up in the air, and then they'll land on the ground, and you can sit there and take a breath and kind of see what time it is, and then do duck light kick into a combo, and still pick them back up and do a full combo after that.
Do most people go for air combo conversions after that, or they intentionally let them go on?
Well, if I'm just a make the other guy hurt guy. When I play. So if I see if especially if I'm all the way across the screen, if I see that thing hits and I see him going up, I just go ahead and go straight into a super, and then tag in Thor and do his overhead hammer strikes, or his forward and fierce punch with the twirl. And I just like my opponent to look at their life just melt away, and watch them get scared after that and just like run. It's like I'm not letting that happen again. So thanks for the follow, DJ Scoobert. But yeah, right now I'm just completely Thor Hulk Power Stone, and it's awesome. It's fun. I love it. You need to get back into it, so I can beat you at that game like I used to beat you at MVC3.
That happened plenty of times.
Yeah. Until that tournament.
Makes me think of the time with Kenny. That was good times.
Oh God, yeah. I went back and watched that video a few weeks ago when I was editing stuff for Red September. I was uploading videos on the YouTube, and I was looking and I was like, "What's our most watched video?" Oh yeah, I forgot about this one.
That's if we have one of those reality Sun tournament style things, we should make that as one of the gems where the opponent has to play with their heads only.
Reality, yeah. Play with your face. That's your reality. But
I know Capcom's on that right now.
Yeah,
that's their reality style.
So yeah, I'm completely all in the MVCI now. I just think it's really fun. Have they talked about when the next characters are coming out?
Nope.
Not yet. I mean, I guess they'll talk about it then. Okay, are they doing the Battle for the Stones final at Capcom Cup, or is it going to be its own separate thing? I've been meaning to ask about that.
I think it might be held at that, but
like
it's going to be
event,
like different timing and different.
Yeah, because Capcom Cup is three days this year. The Friday they're doing the qualifier. Then the Saturday they're doing the Capcom Cup all the way to top 8, and then the Sunday is going to be the finals.
Yep.
And it's still at PlayStation Experience, right? Or is it at something else this year?
I couldn't say.
I think it's at PlayStation Experience again this year, but I'm not sure about the Battle for the Stones. I think it was here somewhere. Let's see. Just go ahead and talk while I look this up. Talk about something. Go.
I know there's been some talk about why KOF 14's bad, and MVCI is kind of in the same portion, but they had different aspects. I guess the company supports them more for their esports program. And a lot of people are saying, well, what makes KOF 14 have such a bad reception? And so a lot of people were bringing up things is it brand name or all stuff. Well, I think in the end of the day, I think it's kind of pointless because I think a lot of the reasonings is about right. Yeah, brand name. Yeah.
KOF just in general.
KOF 14.
KOF has never been, huge.
Yeah, it was mostly a thing in China and Mexico because owning MVS cabinets.
Oh yeah,
they were kind of consistent and cheap.
You buy the one cabinet, and then all you have to do is buy games for it, and you can put multiple games on it. Yeah,
right.
So of course that makes it easy. Yeah, because when I heard about why the old SNK games were huge down in South America, I said that immediately. Oh, that's because they can get the games for cheap. Yep. In the arcades and everything.
The only real money they spend is on the cabinet.
Right. Mm-hmm. You buy the cabinet once.
Wait, why was that for them and not for us?
It was like that here too, but
the money would cost.
You also got to remember that we had arcades. Yeah. You had Penny Arcade, and you had whatever it was we had here that were actually partially owned by video game companies.
Right.
So they would put the games out. Capcom owned a lot of video arcades. Yeah. So whenever a new Capcom game came out, they would just stick it there. They didn't have to buy the games.
Yeah. Like
So
Namco
outside of the
owned
country to
arcades.
buy a Capcom cabinet was going to cost a whole lot of money. And if you're going to spend that kind of money to get a single game, why not buy one cabinet that you can put 4 games into, or hell, even came with 4 games?
Right. Yeah. Why buy one Street Fighter 2 cabinet that costs you about $2,000 when you can spend $600 on one cabinet and get 45 games for it?
But I think too, though. I mean, growing up, how many people did you know that actually had a Neo Geo at home?
I didn't know any. We didn't know anybody.
And they were expensive for the console version.
Oh God, yeah. But
Dude, the carts were
but
like
The
hundreds of
console
dollars.
version was the arcade version.
But
The
yeah,
console
pretty much,
was
yeah.
like $1,000.
the console was basically an arcade board put in a plastic box that you could put a cart in. But I believe the cartridges were exactly the same, right? It was the same ROMs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the exact same ROM. Yeah,
Same
so you
system
were
board.
basically buying the arcade cabinet. If I remember correctly, the home version, the home console was like $1,000, $1,400, or something like that.
Yep.
Dollars.
Yeah.
Only rich people had them.
Only rich
Yeah.
people.
You never really saw commercials for Neo Geo
Nope,
games.
they're advertising.
They never really advertised Neo Geo games back in the day, well before the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you used to have to read like Game Informer and Game Pro and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
You didn't even see that many ads for games in those.
Wasn't even
They
Game
didn't.
Informer out.
They've never really put it out there that they even had this brand. It was mostly word of mouth that they got pretty popular on with the people that know what they are. So, we come all the way up to King of Fighters 14, and they're still working on the idea that people know what we are, and that's what we're going to sell. They tried to advertise some, but, for people who never heard of SNK, Neo Geo, or any of the King of Fighters games are seeing this, and they're seeing King of Fighters 14. Well, it was 1 through 13. I've never even heard of this.
Yeah. And don't forget.
But shouldn't like games like SNK versus Capcom, shouldn't that helped?
Not necessarily. Capcom versus SNK, I think, were
Samurai
more.
Warriors.
Show me one person who played any of the Capcom versus SNK games who weren't already a Capcom fan. Show me one person who was an SNK guy that said, you know what, I never played any of those Capcom games before I played this game. It was always the other way around.
It was always the other way around.
Always the other
I'm
way
just
around.
saying, like, if you play Capcom versus SNK 2, you're probably like, oh, these characters are cool. Let me go buy a King of Fighters game.
Well, no, but the thing is, they didn't know what King of Fighters was.
Right.
Or even if they did,
that's the point.
And when that game came out, where were you going to get it? It wasn't out on anything at the time.
I think there were console ports at like 98. There were definitely PlayStation 1.
Yeah, but the game was kind of old. By
Yeah,
then.
but that was
I know
old by
someone
then.
in Louisiana was like they used to tell me he used to play console KOF a bit, so he's probably like the one exception that he knew Capcom Fighter and
We had an arcade version of Capcom vs SNK 1 down here. It was actually an arcade down here.
I love its aesthetics so much.
Yeah, no, yeah.
The aesthetics were so good, but the gameplay.
But the gameplay was And then 2 came out, and we got our hands on it on the Dreamcast, and oh my God. To this day, like most folks still consider that as one of the best fighting games ever.
What, SNK 2?
Yeah.
I mean, Marvel's, yeah.
Yeah.
PS2.
Yeah.
I have it on PS2.
Everything that I wanted fixed from the first game, they fixed it.
Yeah.
They the ratio match thing was like an option now, and it worked differently.
One character Raiden.
Yeah, exactly. you could do teams. You can do 3 players, 3-on-3, 3-on-2, 1-on-3 if you wanted to even. The characters in it, us being big SNK fans as it was anyway, we didn't need that game to be introduced to any of those characters. We already knew who they all were. So, all the best SNK characters were in it, and all the best Capcom characters were in it, and it really was a dream match.
Yep.
And it was so well done.
In the end, they top tiers were Capcom characters. The exception might have probably what was like.
What's his name?
How was
talking about
Nakaruru?
part
How was
two?
Nakaruru in CVS 2? No, C was top tier in CVS 1. Nakaruru was top tier.
I think
in
it
CVS
won.
Yeah. CVS 2, I forgot who was the top tier SNK character.
God Rugal.
Well, God Rule, yeah.
That's like band tier. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Along with Sinakuma.
Shoot.
Or Goku.
Just Sinakuma nothing. God Rugal.
God Rugal, yeah.
Genocide cutter.
Shin Akuma of the Blood
Shinakuma
Riot.
was bad, but God Rugal was God Rugal.
God Rugal was ridiculous.
He was
And
a
I could
fucking piece of
only
shit.
beat him with Rio. Anytime I beat him, and like my crowning achievements, and so a couple of my crowning achievements in life was both on the Dreamcast version, beating him on the hardest difficulty, and then I did it again when the game came out on Xbox.
You beat him on hard?
I beat him on hard. Yes, I did.
Pause.
Anyway, so
Did some golf claps.
yeah. So, by the way, Capcom Cup is taking place at PlayStation Experience again.
Yeah.
So it's
Ooh.
starting Friday, December 8th.
I hate
just
that
like I said.
PlayStation got this stupid. You know what I wanted? I wish Xbox would have got that deal with Namco. They would have got that Dragon Ball game.
Which one?
Yeah, the new one, Dragon Ball
Fighters?
Fighter Z.
It's
I wish
coming out on
Xbox would
Xbox.
have got like PlayStation did.
It's coming out on Xbox.
No, I'm talking about only for Xbox and PC.
Oh,
Like
only
PlayStation
for
did with Street
Xbox and
Fighter.
PC?
I wish Xbox would have done that to get them
I
back
don't
for that.
Killer Instinct.
You know,
was
most people gonna buy that game. Man, Killer Instinct don't care.
It was
I
only
can't
on
believe it.
Xbox, so who's to say that would only be on Xbox, and then after 2 years, then it'd be over PC or longer?
No, I said it should have been on PC. You're not listening,
Yeah,
man.
you say that, but it's like we don't know if
Yeah, and
Look,
I don't think Namco would
I'm
have been
just-
interested in that either.
They would have did this. Microsoft would have came in with that money.
I'm sure Sony did, as they've been trying to do with basically every fighting game that's come out this gen so far. But Namco's like, no, we want to release it on everything. They might even put the dang game on Switch for crying out loud, because they
I'm
want to
just
make
saying,
money.
They should have done that. Should have fucking done that. Because like that's to get them back. You can't just let Sony just snatch up Street Fighter, even though Street Fighter didn't sell that well. I mean, fucking Street Fighter 4 sold like more than Street Fighter 5 within a month. You know, by March, Street Fighter 4 was at like 3 million. This game ain't even hit 2 million yet, and it's been over a year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And there's a fair comparison because Street Fighter 4 launched on 2 consoles.
Yeah, but Street Fighter 4 was also like the
the
return.
pinnacle of return of Street Fighter.
Yeah, it was the return of Street Fighter 2. So
And plus,
They still beat
plus
it.
the PR reception was pretty there wasn't really too much negativity going around.
No.
Like it was just there
was-
were more positive things going on than there were negative. That
for old guys like us, it was a cool thing that was coming back, and for new guys, it was something new.
I mean, you could look at like Cross Second, for example, that had the freaking DLC fiasco going on. Well, initially the game looked like it was like 4, where it had more positives than negatives until the whole DLC thing came around. And then there were the gyms thing but the gyms thing was more of a player thing. It wasn't really so much of a user base.
And that was the thing
But still,
that was the thing that I was so excited for Street Fighter Cross Tekken until like right before the game came out and they showed the gyms, and I was like, oh, I don't really want that. Well, you should be able to turn that stuff off, right? Oh no.
Nah.
Baked into the game. You don't show something like that in a game like right before it comes out, because it to me it felt like it was kind of like they tricked you. Here's this awesome game. Now here's this one mechanic that's just gonna ruin it.
yep, everything went downhill after that.
Yep.
And it's funny because like if they didn't add that, it would have been probably good. I'll just probably
Yeah.
add in the arcade version release, and I'd probably be hooked on watching Japanese play
Yeah.
on it.
But that game
no.
also had other issues too, and the on disc DLC,
Yeah,
which was
I honestly don't care about it personally.
it wasn't that big a deal to me because I understood why they did it, particularly after what happened with Street Fighter 4. You
Yeah.
know, the adding DLC, because folks forget Capcom wasn't a DLC company until players begged them to put DLC into Street Fighter 4.
I'm questioning if people even knew what the contents were in the arcade version, because Rose and Sakura was. Okay, I know Rose was on the arcade version in the files. So if you would looked in the game in the arcade version, there were hints of Rose being on it, but of course the whole skeleton model and all that and character wasn't there. But like they pretty much indicated that if you had the files beforehand arcade, you would know Rose and I think Sakura were gonna come, but they didn't do that. That's when they got the console around.
Well, yeah. Now, just because the skeletons and stuff like that was in there doesn't mean that they were ever gonna be. Yeah, they were ever completed.
Yeah.
You know, they started work on it and then they finalized. Yeah. Okay, these are the characters that is gonna be, and then instead of just taking stuff out, they just left it there.
Yeah, it's kind of different Cross Second now. You say because like Cross
No,
Second,
that game had they were there.
Done.
Yeah, they were done. When you paid Capcom is $15-$20 or whatever, all you got was a 17 kilobyte unlock key.
Yeah, and people were playing them before they were released.
Yeah.
Like if they hacked it, they could play them before.
And again,
the guy came out crying, telling someone, "Why did you do this?" Like, bitch, if you would have given them in the first place, they wouldn't have to do it.
Yeah, but I like to remind folks that people begged Capcom to put DLC into Street Fighter, and Capcom didn't really know how to do that. So you remember they started putting the costumes and everything in it. And then there was the issue where it's like, well, I got the costumes, but other folks can't see my costume because they don't have the DLC. And then so now they always have, of course, basically everybody downloads it so you can see somebody else's, but you just don't have it or whatnot. So I'm sure the idea was
that's actually funny
in Cross Tekken was, we'll make sure all the characters are actually there. So if somebody buys the other characters, somebody who doesn't own them can play them. I'm sure that was their idea in the head. I don't think Capcom at the time had any kind of evil schemes or anything like that. I think the only thing they thought of, well, crap, how are we going to make sure that folks can play each other if they don't have the characters? Well, let's just put the other characters on the disc. That way we make sure everybody has it.
Yep. Another evil scheme.
The
Rolento knife freeze bug. You remember that?
I remember something about that.
Rolento Stinger.
Oh, the knife.
Fireball.
Yeah, it was like his light knife throw or something like that. Would freeze the game.
Oh, I kind of remember that now.
It touches any projectile, the game freezes.
Yeah. Well, they fixed that pretty quick, though, didn't they?
I think so, and they fired, someone. I think that was...
There was a major that they had to ban him from because they fixed it right after it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Speaking of firing, Combo Fiend is gone from Capcom.
He got fired?
So was another guy, too.
Okay.
It was Combo Fiend and who else? Matt Dahlgren,
yeah. Okay, so when I saw that, I remember wondering to myself, because I'm sure the story, if Capcom had if Combo Fiend had one, he's going to move on to other things or whatever. I'm wondering, because, Japan is a very...
they do their own thing with their business. Is that
no. Their society is, and particularly their work environments or whatever is very.
You've been there.
Well, we hear a lot of stories. I'm pretty assuming.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Research with our.
They have a very
strict
merit-based.
Merit.
Yeah.
Workforce over there. You don't move up until you do something great. If you're just a normal guy, you'll stay wherever you are, even if you do your job well. That's not enough though. You have to do something big or whatnot. And the higher up you move, the further the drop will be if you don't keep doing something great. I'm wondering if he was fired, which I kind of felt like he might have been at least let go. I'm wondering if they're chopping off anybody that had anything to do with Street Fighter 5.
It's just weird because
what do you have to do with Street Fighter 5?
I don't really think Combo Fiend really was like a pinnacle of problems.
Well, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I understand that.
But I wonder if Capcom, contributed him and Dahlgren and the other guy that left a few weeks ago. I wonder if Capcom. I wonder if Capcom just went, hey, look, this game completely flopped. Wasn't even nowhere close to what we were hoping it was be. It's basically your fault. This was the game that you designed.
Wait, they designed Street Fighter 5?
Combo Fiend was the what do they call him, the combat designer or something like that. He basically made the system for which everybody kind of hates.
Wait. I did not know. I thought he did stuff with Marvel.
He didn't create the system. He was more of a what do you call it? A consultant.
Yeah, he was like the guy that directs things in the fighter aspect. But I thought Wasige was like the battle director, wasn't he?
Yes, he was a battle director. He was basically the head tester.
Yeah, if anything, I'm more surprised people didn't complain on Wasige. I mean, if we're talking about gameplay, I'm thinking Kabufi just hated because of that whole Function PR stuff, which makes me bring up John D. I mean,
Yeah.
John D. I think he screwed up the most, and I can see why they laid him off because he had multiple screw ups on Twitter. Way
What did
too
he
many.
do? Other than the Left Behind thing.
I mean, he just made a lot of like bad publicity in Twitter in general.
With
Too many.
he said
There's
art.
the agenda. There's the Left Behind thing. There's definitely one other thing I'm missing out. Oh yeah, the MVCI whole esports thing being leaked when it shouldn't be. And then there's this whole MVCI rumor now going on like that's on 4chan saying like Disney's like kind of like not approving the whole esports movement thing from Capcom based on the reception, but it's all a rumor. You didn't see that 4chan leak thing?
No.
The one that said like Combo Fiend is like the Capcom Pro Tour is a headless chicken without Combo Fiend now. That was like one of the rumor mentions on that 4chan thing that someone leaked out. Which I don't know. I don't even think that's like.
I wouldn't really see Disney jumping in really hard. It's like, nah, you know what? Nah, just cut that. They only care about the game, I think, as enough to advertise their films, and they don't really care about what the esports side of it. I mean, I'm sure they want it to be good, but I can't see them stepping in and trying to stop it.
I mean, if it's a bad publicity,
they don't care about
there
this
could be
crap.
a reason why. Maybe like if it's just doing bad, it's just doing more negative than positivity. Then I mean, it can't be wrong to say that it doesn't do it.
I mean,
but there's no proof at it at the same time. It's just a rumor, so it's like you can't really verify.
I mean, if Disney wants to blame anything bad on it, it's blame them for not allowing Capcom to put, more interesting characters in the game.
Or better PR or better whatever.
Yeah.
Like visual aesthetics, I guess.
Well, yeah.
That's what killed it, man.
Aesthetic,
no X-Men characters.
Aesthetics.
That's not their fault, but that
no X-Men characters. And while we're talking about that, I saw the story. Now, I saw it on Event Hubs earlier where they were talking about how apparently Disney almost bought all of Fox's movie and I believe TV studios. Now, I read the story from a business website I was reading at work that said Fox was, for a little while, thinking about only doing news and sports, and they wanted to get rid of everything else. Disney stepped in and said, hey, we'll buy it all. We'll buy your TV, we'll buy your films, we'll buy all of this. Which, of course, if anybody keeps up with all that stuff would know, then Marvel will have the rights back to make films and TV shows based on X-Men, based on Fantastic Four. Of course, that would, and if Disney then owned that stuff back, they would, I mean, it would be the next day they would announce an X-Men pack for MVCI. Trust me, because now all of a sudden they have a reason to put those characters in the game to advertise the new TV show that's coming out, to advertise the new films that are coming out. And not to mention, they'll go back into films and they'll start putting X-Men characters into, phase 4 of whatever they're going to start doing after the Infinity War ends. Now all of a sudden, Wolverine shows up, Silver Surfer shows up, Doctor Doom shows up. All that kind of stuff.
Game in the
Magneto,
movie.
what's up for once.
Yeah, and Disney would have had, Disney and Marvel themselves would have had every reason to go back and put those characters in the game. Unfortunately, the deal seems to have fallen through. So
Yay.
Fox took the deal off the table.
Wait a minute, hold on, that's not yet. I'm
about to say, why are you cheering this?
Because I'm
like
thinking, because I
Capcom
seen something
despise
talking about some Netflix would lose Daredevil, and I'm like, I don't want that to go away if that's what's going to happen.
I thought you were liking Capcom just going downhill more.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah. From our perspective, it would have been a great thing, but I don't think it would change anything with Netflix personally.
That's what I heard. I was like, oh crap, we want to lose Netflix Daredevil.
Okay, see, the thing is, everyone knows Disney's trying to come up with their own on-demand.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, if they then had all the Fox stuff and decided, you know what, we're gonna take this because now we own all these Fox stuff, all the Fox stuff, all of their TV shows, all of their films, all of this, with the stuff in the Disney Vault that only comes back once every 15 years for some reason. All the stuff that they're making now, and then there's like, you know what? Yeah, we're just going to take all this stuff back from Netflix. No more Star Wars, no more comic book stuff. Yeah. That's what everybody's afraid of. I don't think it would happen immediately, but when Disney bought Star Wars, they sure did take Clone Wars off real quick. So, so I can understand everybody's apprehension about that. But on the gaming side, it would be amazing because, again, they would have every reason to push those characters that they basically just shoved aside and give absolutely no talk to because they don't want to help out Fox.
They can have Iron Fist. I hate that show.
Oh, well, yeah. Netflix can keep Iron Fist, yeah.
I also want them touching Daredevil, Luke Cage, and they can have Jessica Jones. I ain't watched that.
Jessica Jones is good.
I didn't watch it. I didn't care for it. I fuck with Luke Cage and Daredevil.
Jessica Jones was actually pretty good. And I think she was the best part of the Defenders too, her and Luke Cage. But either way, the big part of the story was that I think a lot of folks missed, apparently, was that this happened months ago. This happened like back over the spring and summer. And the deal seems to be off the table and everything. However, Disney, I'm sure, smells blood in the water, and they aren't going to stop because they want that stuff. Trust me. So,
why can't they just do a deal like what Sony did?
Because Fox isn't willing to do that.
Yeah.
Wait, so this was held in the summer, or
when they were in the talks? Yeah.
Yeah,
this was actually months ago. Everybody for some reason thinks it's now. It's like no. This happened months and months ago.
Was Capcom aware?
I'm pretty sure they had to be.
They probably were, but Marvel's not going to do anything until that deal was done. And at the end of the day, they were the ones that had complete control over their characters in the game.
No, I hate to be that guy, but I think they should have delayed. If they were aware of that deal, I would say they should delay the game a bit. Because that way you'd release with the X-Men characters.
No, Capcom needed
but it didn't go through, so they would have lost money anyway.
Yeah. And then Capcom needed the money. I think a lot of folks keep forgetting that Capcom was on the verge of bankruptcy, not 2-3 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. GTA 5 cost more to make than they had in the bank.
Yeah, so...
When things were acting up, yeah. But...
So, yeah, there was no way they were going to push that game back. Absolutely no way they were going to push that game back. Trust me. Trust me on that. If RE7 didn't do as good as it did, we might be hearing talks of Capcom trying to sell themselves again. So
I don't know. It just made me think of how some games like Persona got delayed and it did it still is really good.
Well, I mean,
I worry about that too.
Completely different company.
That's the one thing I worry about.
That's like Atlas. They're a completely different company. They're a niche deal. They know, in their case, they know the better the game is, the more they'll sell it. So it's in their best interest to hold it back. Capcom's a completely different beast. Completely.
Yeah, but still, on release, you're just going to be forever known as it didn't release.
Capcom isn't owned by anybody, right?
Yeah, no.
So it's like
but Atlas is.
Well, no, Atlas owns. Technically, they own the different developers that make the Personas,
but they're owned by
Sammy
Sega.
Now owns Atlas. Sega Sammy.
Sammy. Yeah, Sammy. Sammy owns Sega.
No, Sega Sammy owns Atlas. Yeah.
Do they own?
Yeah.
They bought Atlas?
Yeah, they bought Atlas
what?
a while
back.
Dude, they bought them years ago. I wish Nintendo would have bought them.
Oh, Atlas? Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Nintendo did buy. What's the name of the company that makes all the RPGs? Xeno Saga games. Not
Monolith?
Well, yeah. They bought them.
They should have bought Atlas.
That's where we're
Ace
getting
is like, I don't want to have to buy a Nintendo game to play my freaking Persona. Well, tough. You're going to have to buy it. If you like it that much, you better buy it.
Because then he couldn't.
That doesn't make sense because Shin Megami Tensei series is on Nintendo games lately. Like, Shin Megami Tensei 4 is on 3DS, and now the new one is
good. Then why are you why are you
Switch,
seem like you didn't like that?
Because I guess I'd rather... I could see it more fitting for Sega, personally. Even though, I know
you'd rather
Nintendo...
have Sega, a company that's not as financially as stable as Nintendo.
I'm just... Well, I think I would rely more for Sega for Atlas in general.
I should have said Sony. You would have been okay with it. I knew he was a Sony pony.
Well, Sony would be okay too because it
See,
well, that's when it got more popular in general. Like
true.
it got popular around Persona 3 era than the 4.
Yeah.
That was mostly on the Sony platform. Now
Yeah.
their first
that's would have bought them. They would have been a riots.
I mean their first games. I mean to their regard with Nintendo, the first Shin Megami Tensei was on the I think PC and Nintendo NES.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, technically it's fair game if it was on my Nintendo. I probably wouldn't mind that in the long run.
Yeah,
So,
but I think also those early games came out in a different era where that kind of game just wasn't that big over here in America.
Yeah,
I
still
by
think Nintendo
by
bought
the time the PlayStation 1 with Final Fantasy 7 came out, more folks in America were willing to play.
it wasn't even
You know how
released
many
here.
people would have bought a Wii U just to play Persona 5?
I'm probably gonna have to be one of those people.
Wait.
No,
Wii U?
He
Or
means
Switch?
he means Shin Megami Tensei 5, right? Yeah.
Persona 5.
Persona 5?
Yeah.
You
Because
said
it would have came out like before. I think that game come out on the PS3 first.
Persona 5?
it was a PS3, PS4 exclusive.
That's not really exclusive, but okay.
It's by Sony though, so it's like a Sony exclusive.
Yeah.
I still don't count that. It has to be on one platform.
And no, I don't think it would have sold. I don't think it would have been a Wii U seller. There wasn't much that was going to help that system out, unfortunately. No,
If people would have bought it, or it would have definitely sold on the Switch.
that would have been a pretty bad deal for Atlas, unless Nintendo paid them a lot of money.
Oh, but no. They could have released it on the Wii U, and then they could have released it on the Switch later, like they did Mario Kart 8, which sold a lot on the Switch.
True.
Hell, ARMS did like
to
1 point some million. That's new IP.
Yeah.
It would have done good. They would have to re-release it.
But why do that when you can sell it on a console that
Because it probably went out by then. Because I think it
proven. Well, I'm talking about on PSP, PS3, PS4 that has.
I'm saying if Nintendo bought Atlas.
Well, I'm talking about from Atlas stance. Well, yeah, but no,
Atlas had no right
Atlas,
to say it. They had to be bought.
Atlas probably wouldn't have let themselves be bought by Nintendo.
No, they bought Atlas parent company. I think that was Sega bought.
Yeah, but I'm saying they probably would have been like, no thanks.
Shit, that parent company needed the money, dude. They would have been happy to have been bought by anybody.
Yeah, but then your game is stuck on a system that was basically dead.
Yeah, and it would have been re-released and sold way more and got resurgence like Mario Kart 8 did.
No one knew. You know what? Forget it.
Don't forget that. You know I'm right.
Okay. Anyway,
I be in them.
I mean, no.
Trenches.
I think you are right about the re-release thing, but I don't think you're thinking through as Atlas with Nintendo coming at them 3 years before the Switch, before anybody even knew what the Switch was, and saying, "Hey,
no,
we want to buy you
something else on the 3DS. They sell well too."
Again, though, if I had the choice between a company who was going to put my game on every system, or a big company who wanted to,
system,
or a big company,
Nintendo,
wait a minute,
PC?
Or a big company who wanted to put my game on one system that nobody had.
It'd be better to stick with what's the legacy. Like if your Mario game was been on Nintendo, for example, and all of a sudden, hey, we need to switch to another system, let's say. Like, you rather would still have it on Nintendo, because that's just the legacy behind it. So it's like in Persona, for example, always PlayStation. So it's like you just stick by with Sony PlayStation. Shin Megami Tensei is the weird exception because only Nocturne was PlayStation 2, but 2 and 1 and 4 and the new one coming up, that was Nintendo products.
Yep.
I put like this: if they released Persona 5 on PC, it would still do well.
It might. But there's can't really prove it.
Yeah.
Because it still is going to probably end up being more loyal to the Sony.
I mean, technically, it probably
base.
is because they had like an emulator or something of getting the game on there.
Yeah, and Atlas, I think, took down the videos about that emulation thing going around.
Oh yeah, they sure did.
They got so upset about that.
They said nope.
Like, if you just put the game on there wouldn't be a nope to worry about.
Yeah, but Atlas is really, really, really strict about putting the games anywhere where somebody can just get the game without buying it. And that's why they're still around. There's so many small companies that make these little niche games that don't exist anymore because they don't fight as hard against that kind of stuff as Atlas does. You know, like when Persona 4 came out and it was locked.
Yep, on the PS3.
Yeah,
The first one.
on the PS3. They did that specifically so that people wouldn't buy the U.S. version of the game when it came out and re-import it over to Japan, which a lot of folks don't know is a huge issue with anime to this day.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Import.
Yep.
Oh, what they did? They did like a little blockade on that.
They re-import it because a Blu-ray in Japan is like $60-$70. Over here is what, 20? So Japanese folks are like, well, wait a minute. I could just buy the American version of it, you know, spend the $20 to get it, spend $15 to get it shipped over here, and I'm still saving $40. You know?
Well, that sounds like a problem. They got over there. They need to deal with that.
But that was actually a huge deal because, you know, Japan isn't getting the money for the anime. America is. And then you know, of course, the money would make its way back over to Japan, but it's a whole lot less than the $60-$70 they would have made in Japan if they sold that. So
I mean, but then again,
Atlas,
at the same time, you can just watch it online for free anyway.
Well, they were against that too. It's a streaming thing.
They're very much against
5.
that. But Atlas specific is very acutely against that stuff, and they fight it hard because they know that they're a niche company, and you know they don't sell. You know their sales of a game is off. You know $100,000, they're out of business, and they understand that. That's why they're very shrewd when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, whatever. They still should put the game on PC.
They probably won't because they're probably convinced that more folks would download
Sega
it and play it for free than okay, let's go ahead and waste that. In their heads, this is what they're saying. Well, we can go ahead and waste that money on programming the game. Nobody's going to buy it. Everybody's just going to BitTorrent it as soon as it comes out.
Everybody's gonna BitTorrent. So you telling me that people on Steam is just not rich? No, Gabe Newell is just not rich because they're pirate games.
I'm saying this is what they're thinking in their head. They don't want to take the risk that the game is going to be pirated.
Yeah, if it's a single player game, I think I have a real problem with single player games on PC because it's like you can pirate and your replay value is like offline purely.
Right.
Whereas fighting games, for example, it's like or other online games, like you kind of need online.
You kind of need the online,
get
exactly.
the full experience.
Yeah, but an offline
really.
an offline single player RPG game, yeah. And I don't believe that most folks would do it. I'm sure they would sell a pretty good amount of copies. But they're going to sit back and look. They're going to sit back and look and go, okay, we sold 50,000 copies of it on Steam in the last 3 months, and then they're going to look at how many folks downloaded it on BitTorrent, and they're like, screw this. Man, because they're going to equate
everything got put on PC and it sold well. Bayonetta, they put on PC and it sold well. That's how we got Vankers on PC.
Well, yeah,
Bayonetta did so well.
Yeah, but those games were already old. They aren't depending on the release of those games on PC
they also
4 or 5 years after they came out. They already got the bulk of their sales when it was on consoles.
No, they didn't. Bayonetta 1 did not sell that well. Between Xbox and PS. No, they didn't. They did not.
Well, I mean, yeah, it wasn't like gangbusters or nothing like that. It didn't
but
sell like hotcakes or anything like that. But
they didn't sell well at all, and they on PC now. But you telling me that Atlas, who's not owned by Sega, won't be able to put them on there?
Right. I'm saying Atlas won't, and I just told you why.
Sega should make them do it.
No.
How you mean no?
I mean,
Sega owns them.
Sega can do whatever they want. But Atlas wouldn't even be open to it until at least 5 years after that game came out, when they know they've made all the sales that they ever. When they know that they made all the sales that they're ever going to do on the console, and then they'll say, okay, go ahead and let everybody steal the game on PC. I guarantee you that's what Atlas is saying. Why are we even talking about this? Let's talk about something else.
That makes me wonder, though, if they choose Sega, because it's kind of like mutual with Sony and Nintendo. Whereas if it did Nintendo purely, then Sony would have some little heat on it, because there's a legacy with Persona series. You go with Nintendo, then there's going to be heat again with the Sim Galaxy series being mainly on Nintendo, not on Sony.
Yeah.
But if you go with Sega, you're kind of like on both sides, because it's like anything goes. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
someone's typing in the chat.
Which is fine. So
he's playing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. He's not even in the chat no more, for real. He's playing a game. He muted himself too. He did.
Yeah, I did. I got stuff going on over here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like you playing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Well, it's up. I mean, don't you supposed to
yeah. No, we're not going to do that anymore. Now we're going to talk about. Okay, we're going to go to our last topic.
No,
Here,
I need to go for a minute. I'll be back.
okay.
Right. KOF 14. So we mentioned that before. The Saudi Arabian costume. Basically, some Saudi Arabian costume.
Tell me about this.
Won something that was actually took place in that area too. They actually traveled over there, and they had some videos going around Twitter, floating around, and what they indirectly revealed as like the base point of this is they said that this character would be in a new KOF game. So it's kind of like an indirect hint that there will be a new KOF game, or if it's going to be I don't think it's going to be.
They said the character was going to be in KOF.
Yeah, they said it did particularly say a new KOF game.
A new KOF game.
Yeah.
They said that.
Yeah, that's on letters. When I read a transcription, yes.
Okay.
It's like indirectly. So there's no telling if they mean if it's like it could be rephrased as if it's like a
an
DLC.
updated version of.
Yeah, but I don't think it could be
KOF
DLC because
14.
I think they said they're done with that game. I think.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Plus, it's around that time I think where it's like after a year thing, they usually go for other things. So this KOF 13 was like one of the few games that didn't do that. To actually try to go for the climax of this and all that. So, but normally they usually do a yearly thing.
Yeah. I'm hoping they're working on Samurai Showdown like everybody thinks that they are.
Yeah, that's the yeah.
God, we'll
Some
love a
people
new
think about
2D Samurai Showdown. Or even a 2.5D one. Just don't do the 3D stuff anymore. Just give me old Samurai Showdown back.
Oh, yeah.
Don't put it on PC or people gonna pirate it.
That's the reason that it won't be on PC for at least 6 to 8 months, after the console version comes out.
Still doesn't make sense to me though, because like,
That
I feel like you
also
need
don't
most of
make
the
sense to me.
experience for online play.
Don't put it on PC.
I'm just thinking more of like the full experience with online. Like I mean, if you put it on PC, like so what, you play offline.
Yeah.
Like I think just playing with others like online is just the way to go for fighting games. In most cases, unless they truly got the story down set, then okay, maybe that is concerning. But as far as I know, I don't think they would do that. Like be heavy in story at the moment.
Did KOF 14? It came out for PC, right? Eventually.
Later, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So again, I wouldn't. I would assume, but they do that because they want to make sure they get all their money off the consoles before, again, they put it on a system that there's. Not saying that everybody's gonna download it instead of buy it, but enough folks do where they don't. They don't like
I'm
it.
pretty sure CD
thought
Projekt
it
Red is
was this.
independent, but they put all this stuff on PC,
Yeah.
and they also don't have anti-pirates and things.
Yeah, actually, you know what? There's a really good documentary type deal on YouTube. I forgot the name of the channel. They did a thing about that. That company is really good. If you want to learn about more about them, I cannot remember what it's called though. It's the guy that used to work for GameSpot. It's his YouTube channel. He did like a 6-part.
Talking about the guy who got fired for
Documentary.
telling about giving that. I forgot the name of that channel. Where he'd be like honest if Activision was honest.
No, I think
Or like this company was honest.
No,
you said the guy got fired by GameSpot.
No, this guy. Well, I don't know if he got fired. I think the guy you're thinking of is Jeff Gerstmann.
Yeah.
No, it was not him. This is Billy O'Dwyer, I think his name is. He's like from Great Britain. He's like Scottish or Irish, one or the other. I can't remember. His exact. Now I know his last name is O'Dwyer, but his YouTube channel, he did a 6-part thing on CD Project Red, and they go over why they don't believe in copy protecting games and how they ended up coming up with good old games and all that kind of stuff. It's all baked into their backstory and everything.
Is it, I see it said Witcher documentary, no clip.
I think that's it.
The name of the channel.
I think that's it.
It's like 29 minutes.
Yeah, and it's like 6 parts.
I just know it's just 29 minutes. Oh, this is one Witcher 1 and 2 no clip documentary.
I think that's it. I think it was no clip. Yeah.
I mean, if it's split like 5 minutes, then yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but That's really good because I've always admired them too because they have been pretty much at the forefront of we don't really believe in that stuff when they actually went back and took the copy protection out of the first Witcher game. It was on the disc, but you could download a patch that takes it out. And if you watch that, you'll understand why they believe in that. And when they created good old games, why they only do non-copy protected stuff. It's like I said, it's all baked into their backstory. Go to no clip and watch that. It's a really good watch. I mean, it's about 3 hours of stuff, but still really good. So let's talk about Street Fighter V. Yeah.
Just
So
skipping Capcom Cup.
well, we started talking about it, then we started talking about Persona somehow.
Well, in terms of MVCI, but we never really got into the Street Fighter V parts of Capcom Cup.
Well, yeah, we just go ahead and mix that in here.
We didn't get to mention Tekken World Tour Finals coming up, I think, this month. Isn't it?
I think is that this weekend? Or?
I think it's, yeah.
Yeah, I think Tekken World Championships is this weekend.
I'm going to search it up right now because I know that's something I want to watch.
I'm probably going to watch it if I'm not doing anything
I hope
else.
Kudon's take is it. He's like, to me, he's like the Daigo of Tekken, I think.
Who?
Kudon's. And
I'm not familiar
you
with
can see
him.
it like this. He plays Double Jin, so I could see it as like Evil Ryu, Double Jin. So, and he's been around for a long time, like even before Tekken 5. So, and he was like really on top at Tekken 5. Like people say, like he was like the person to try to beat and all, and like he was really consistent in those days. And now he hasn't been playing too much, but now he came back and yeah, he beat JDCR the second event, but the first event it was really close, but JDCR won. But the other one, Kudons took it, and it was really good to watch. So hopefully, hoping much for him and the American players, and everyone in general. I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty good. I just hope it's not a, no offense to JDCR and Saint. I just hope it's not a Jack Dragunov fest at the grand finals.
It probably will be.
If Kudons can do well, then it's going to be good. Yeah. So I'm not sure. We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. So Zeku, have you even played Street Fighter V recently?
I didn't do the Zeku thing.
Oh, okay.
No. Oh, so no. No, I didn't.
So
play it.
no. Yeah. How about you, Sam? What do you think of
I played him for a bit. He's not to my liking because I can't do all that run stop with Young. Like you got to run stop.
Yeah.
So,
Isn't it Guy?
I can't do all that.
You mean Guy?
Yeah, I couldn't play like that. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had absolutely no interest in ever using him at all. so I
I
guess
learned like two characters at once, and I was like, "Yeah, my brain can handle that."
Yeah,
now. But I watched Bushin play him a lot. He likes him.
Yeah, I've watched folks play with him, to kind of see what he can do and everything. I notice the folks that I've played, they have a habit of staying in one form or the other, but not really switching back and forth.
Depend on the matchup, because I know Bushin will play. He will try to switch into Young against Marashi because it's old is just not. He's not going to be able to keep him out with those Graham kicks.
No.
So the way I heard was old had better like far neutral, and Young was the guy to go up close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like same with Gal too. You playing against Gal, you definitely want to be Young.
Yeah.
You don't want to be. But Young has no anti-airs for other than light Hosanchu, which is not that good for up close. They're too close, you're on a whiff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to like stand, jab, or arm, jump, medium punch, which can lead to a juggle, so you can get some off of that.
Yeah. Because when I played them with like Abigail, they're like everybody tries to stay old and just do the kicks over and over again. But if you keep doing that, I'm just going to time it to where I fought a bunch of guys who just did high, then low, and then high, then low, thinking, oh, there's nothing you can do. So there is. I can stand just outside of the high range and then trip you over and over again.
Or
I seriously
parry.
beat a couple of guys doing that. It's like, are you seriously still doing this? Seriously?
You can parry it too, because I know Zank have parried it. You can parry it, so you're pretty sure you can parry with Abigail.
I mean, I'm sure you could, but where could you get off of
Zangief did.
from the? Wait, how did Zangief do it? Oh well,
V-skill.
yeah. Well, I guess
Yeah.
he can.
Not V skill. He has that Tundra Storm. You know, you got to get parry in season 2. Remember, you got the parry, like Cammy got the air throw.
It
counter.
It grabs one.
The counter.
It grabs it.
Yeah, he grabbed him. I seen a little clip on Twitter. He grabbed him. He grabbed him from mid screen and brought him close to him too.
But see, Abigail wouldn't be close enough
Thunderstorm.
for his V skill to do anything about it, though.
Yeah, but he still can. Well, you build meter, build V skill, you do it to get something. So just.
Well, like I said, if
you can armor through it too.
How?
What you mean how? You just use your meter, and you get 2 hits free. So he really can't do nothing. You just. Like if he does it, you going to rush at it. I mean, how?
I'm not going to waste meter doing that though.
If you don't even need to waste meter because he got like 1 hit of armor, and there's only 1 hit depending on what version he does. I think it's like 1 hit. I think EX is multiple.
Yeah.
So you can just do your little vroom and just get down on him.
Well, yeah, I do that too, but.
So why are you talking about how?
Generally,
you actually made me mad when you said that.
Yeah, I forgot.
You be downplaying Abigail, bro. I swear.
No, but.
You be acting like he's
I say, I'll just sit outside the range and watch folks think I can't.
You're just more conservative, I guess.
Yeah.
You need that's why you ain't doing well with him. Do you?
Well, I'll watch guys just do the fierce high one and fierce low one over and over again, and thinking to themselves for some reason that Abigail can't do anything about it.
You are crazy.
I don't even want to do the run thing because I can just be like, just time it as a trip, okay? Just time it and jump kick into combo. Oh, you're dead now because you're an idiot. That's what I personally do. But I've done that before. If I know that they're just throwing it out, I'll run through it and do a throw or something like that, or even the flip. But otherwise, I don't know why guys stay in the old, because when they switch to young, it's a much harder fight for Abigail.
Yeah, he has a 3 frame. I think his stand light kick is like +2 or +3, and it's like 4 frames or something. Mm-hmm. It's really good.
And that ducking medium punch has almost as much range.
That's fake pressure. That's like +1, I think.
Yeah, but he can do it from a pretty good range.
Yeah, but if he walks a bit and does it again, you can hit him. That's fake.
Not with Abigail.
Well, not just.
Yeah,
I think it depends, like on hurtbox evaluation too. Because
but I know it's fake because I would fucking stand like kick his ass. I got a 3 framer.
Yeah. You have a three frame move. That's the difference.
Yeah, but it's just something to be careful because like even if they're like +1, they could just be at a range where they do like a low attack strong, and then if it's like outside of like a light range from the opponent, you just delay it, and then you counter the 3 framer from the opponent. Like, it's just, there's a
wait. No, don't. You haven't been playing this game. You shut up. You don't play the game no more. You go back to tech.
That's just general fundamentals.
Just
other characters.
I don't think it works with Zeku because I haven't done that so many times because I played Bush and I mopped him.
Is he point blank?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's a different story.
Yeah, that's a different story. He's talking about
that's how it works.
Talking about space and
but that's how it works. He has to like crouch. He'll go up and crouch and do it again. It's like, dude, you're +1. I know it's fake. I'm hit you.
Well, then he can do? Does he Young Zeku has a 3 framer, right?
Yeah.
So he can do.
But he don't do that. But his 3 frame is not that good. I think his 3 frame is his crouch light punch, and they don't have as much range. So why would you do that? And that? Like,
if it's at least 2 active frames, it'll still counter the opponent's 3.
It's not worth it.
You don't know if it's a counter hit. Maybe it's worth it.
He don't really get that much off combos for real like that. He don't really have that many hit confirms. You would know if you actually play the game.
Young Zeku does. Someone in the forums like mentioned he has in Young Zeku he can confirm lights into like mediums. Can you correct me if I'm wrong?
No,
he can. I've done it.
Okay.
The Young Zeku.
He don't really have that. Like I'm talking about like into like specials. Like he doesn't really have that much combos like that.
Oh, look who's here.
Yeah, exactly. He comes back after he's playing his Marvel.
Speak of the devil.
I was thinking of Nightblade.
Yeah. No one plays it anymore. I play it if you're up at 4 o'clock in the morning, come play me. That's the only time I play Street Fighter 5. Kevin's on the chat.
He's in the chat?
Yeah, he's on the Twitch chat.
Well, he don't play the game either. Shit.
Do you know anybody doing casuals? That includes you, Sam. Sam and Kevin. Anybody doing
local?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
Rip.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, technically, you at his house. Y'all can play.
We could, but we're doing this. And
Yeah, I know, but I'm just
I got to carve time out where I can only do this once a month. I would love to do this every week, but
I just wish somebody would just anonymously drop like $1 million in your bank account. That way you can chill out.
yeah, it would be awesome. I mean, I did just win that lawsuit, so it was kind of what happened. But no,
one can only hope.
Yeah, yeah, no. Let's talk about how much.
We're talking about Zeku, and then we got to talk about you finished Capcom Cup, right?
Yeah, pretty.
Yeah, we were
pretty
talking
much.
about Zeku.
I mean, you know, we can talk about what you expect.
Here's the one thing about Zeku. I see some people talking about how he made these bugs, but I'm like,
whoa,
he's early on. Chill. You don't want Laura to happen again.
Something's up with your audio, man.
Yeah, the reception's coming off a bit.
Really still there?
It was still there.
It sounds like robotic.
You sound auto-tuned.
Yeah,
that's like really bad auto-tune.
Am I back?
There you go.
Yep.
All right. So this is the thing about Zeku. People talking about he needs buffs. So I'm like, chill out.
No,
he hasn't been out for a month yet.
Yeah, no.
Stop it. We don't want another Laura situation going on with people saying she's trash.
Yeah.
You know what? You know the guy we used to play against? The other guy who used to play. I forgot his name.
Devon?
You know, he was no, the other guy. He used to play with us. He used to play Laura, and he's the jury guy. I think he's on a friend list.
Vanguard.
Yeah, Vanguard. Yeah, he said Laura had no set play in season 1. He said that. I remember him telling me that. And everybody was talking shit about Laura, and look what happened in season 2. And look what happened is now. Hell, Japan put her in C tier. She's not C tier. She's not in Ryu's league.
I think it depends on what their philosophy is, what they mean.
Their philosophy is shit if they think Laura C tier with Ryu. You do that. I to send Adam over there and send Gustavo over there and see what they keep thinking she's C tier. They'll get mocked thinking she's C tier.
In season 1, I think it was more of a thing that why play Laura if you could play Mika. In this one, it's like Mika got toned down, so now it's reversed. So why play Mika when you can play Laura?
Wow, play Mika when you play Laura. Yep.
Still got Mika players though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you still do, but they usually will switch.
But you don't see nearly as many of them anymore.
Yeah.
Not nearly as many. I watched an old video where she still had the wall bounce from mid-screen. I was like, I completely forgot about that.
I just hate
so unfair.
I just don't want her that Zeku to become like really good when he was already good, and then he gets buffed for no reason, like kind of like Laura did.
Yeah. See, Nightblade says I said Laura was good back in season 1. Yeah.
Well, you one of the smart ones. You one of the wolf crones, and I'm still the daddies.
I think the biggest complaint about her.
It's just like it's like in the end of the day, Mika was like a better choice, but it's like I mean, if you want to play Laura, I mean, she's still decent.
I think all any Laura player wanted in season 1 was just for her to do a bit more damage, but I think they went overboard. Because I know a lot of
damage makes up for itself on damn resets.
Yeah.
The button people just hate now is
the proximity blocks and shit.
Standing forward is just the most thing complained about right now.
Yeah.
Dude, I have my stand medium punch is +3 on block, not the Laura. It's like -2. So you can just stand light kick me after that. So I can't just
Yeah.
It's not even.
Yeah, it's definitely
medium kick it.
Yeah, standing medium punch, Rashid, is +3 on block ace. I know you haven't played the game.
No, I said you can just low forward right after.
Well, no, like why would you want to do that? You want to, you like the pressure with Rashid. Stand medium kick. I mean, stand medium punch, and like she could just.
The thing is, well, if they're ingrained with the philosophy of I can hit stand sword, then go against it and just
you can, but
forward.
It's like
it's the game is
the idea that it's
RTS,
+3 though is stupid.
Yeah,
that's the point.
It could be worse. You could be +1.
It's like Bison crouch light punch and Gal's crouch light punch. I just found out Gal had it too.
Could be +1. Ken's was like +2, I think.
Nobody talks about Ken. Ken got murdered.
I think he's decent. He just probably doesn't handle some of the top.
I can't believe I thought he was still better than Akuma in season 2.
I think it just depends on the matchup. Kuma is just better all around with the top tiers. I think Ken's more versatile, but the
Too
thing
much
is,
going to shit.
he loses probably to 2 of the top tiers.
I don't want him getting buffed. And also, people are now bitching about Rashid, but it's like you're only doing that because all these other characters got nerfed.
I only just dislike his low fierce, but I mean, at this point, I don't care because, like, if people are gonna say buff this nerf that,
Of course you don't care. You don't play the game.
Well, no, he doesn't care because he's Ace Combat. He's like, I'm gonna win anyway, so what's the point?
Well, it's like I'm leaving it all on Capcom personally because, like,
yeah.
If you listen to other people, it's like they're not really. I mean, yeah, they should get feedback, but I mean, it's really all on them what they want to do. If they want to make someone now the new top tier or whatnot, I mean, can't really control that.
Like,
well, this is actually
escaped the corner. Like you can knock him out of that stuff. Like
this is actually leading to something I was wanting to ask everybody here. So, with AE coming out, I was kind of wanting to go around and kind of go over what everybody wants to happen to their favorite character, and what would they change about one other character.
Oh, I thought you were going to say what was the one thing you won in the game, because if that's the case, I want the roll one-sided.
I mean, you can
definitely that.
That's the first thing I
get
want.
that KI netcode. Like KI does it good.
As long as the syncing thing is fixed, that's like 95% of my issue at the game in terms of getting games online mainly. Like, which is the only way I could play if there's no locals. So without going, like getting really mad even on wins. It's one of the few games where I get mad even at wins because I can't tell if the opponent had the same experience. So that's
wait a minute, you can't tell. You could use like if they didn't have the same experience, like chances are they'll probably just not rematch you.
It's like if I win, I can't tell if they had a bad experience with the lag. It just doesn't feel right. Like it's like you're playing like we're playing slots to say who gets the normal game, then one plays who gets the laggy experience of the game.
Who gets the PS3 version of the game?
I guess
Street
in
Fighter
terms
4.
of frame rate.
Oh
yeah.
no, don't say that. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Very the PS3 version.
Very delayed. That was good times.
So outside of that, let's say, what would you like to see happen to your favorite character?
I honestly don't know. I don't think nothing should be changed about Rashid. I just think some of the characters needs to get buffed for the people to realize like he's not that big of an issue.
That's not.
They don't really like cross fierce punch, which is like usually I get jumped on and then I get punished for doing that.
Really?
Yeah.
I honestly feel like if you jump it even on the timid,
it depends, but it's like
prediction.
I whiff it and then they jump right at that time and I get punished a lot.
Yeah, but it has to be really before prediction because from when I measured jump-ins in the past from like very early season 2 with others like against Ken, for example, if you've seen Sanhouse really early, like first few frames to start up and you jump, you can punish it. But with Recedes, that's not the case, and sometimes he could anti-air you. He's one of the few exceptions of like a long good normal that recovers kind of fast than others. When there's a philosophy, I think, with other characters that if they have a long good normal, you can jump in and A, punish, or B, get momentum. Receive is like one of the few that like technically sometimes, if even at the earliest, like on startup, you can sometimes get anti-aired. So it's kind of hard in that case.
Thank you.
I still like that button. He does no freaking damage.
I mean,
he's not explosive as Ken.
That's true.
Ken activates V-trigger, you getting stuck in Shuriken loops in the corner and throw loops. If you don't have throw loops for real, they're fake.
If Rashid had throat look, go ahead.
And I think he got like meaties and shit, like safety doing his little thing.
Made
like
me mad saying Rashid and throw loops, man. You don't know.
Rashid kind of does this.
He kind of does, yeah.
It's only on
almost, but it's fake.
But it's not the same as like Ken's.
But like Birdie, like as a Birdie, yeah, that sucks if you're Birdie.
Even though his dash is like 15 frames, I think some people want to make it 17, so he can't really do that anymore. But it's like it's usually fake. Like if I try to do this, I get fucking hit. Yeah. Most of the time.
I mean, it's a good thing Capcom took the throw loops out.
Nightblade, it's just like only 3 framers are like the exception. Like if you have above 3 framers, like you don't have no 3 framers at all. Let me phrase. You have no 3 framers. then throw loops will work.
Birdie. Have a good
Birdie's one of them, sadly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind with the low fierce not being changed. Of course, they would have to
Crouch fierce,
accommodate
not low fierce. Low fierce make you sound like the sweep.
Well, fierce punch.
fierce punch.
No,
Yeah.
crouch fierce, because stand fierce,
Well, roundhouse and
jab,
using the
jab strong, fierce, sword forward, roundhouse.
short forward
This would be
roundhouse. Yeah,
fierce.
it's Street Fighter nomenclature, man. Get with it.
It's fucking kind of crouch fierce. Like, whatever.
Anyway,
You could say crouch fierce. You could say
Crouch
low
hard
fierce.
punch.
You could say
Crouch
hard
hard punch, damn it.
Yeah,
There's
crouch,
three
hard
three
punch,
things
whatever.
you can say it.
Yeah, there's different ways. You
Actually,
say it,
6 ways if you consider. Some people say crouch or low.
Yeah.
The worst thing I hear is people say forward. That's why I think I always say towards instead of forward. So how medium kick is in
Oh
nomenclature
well,
is
yeah,
forward.
forward. Yeah.
So if you think of Ken's like step kick in Street Fighter 4, for example, which is toward medium kick
yeah.
or toward forward, I usually call it toward
Toward forward. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people will go by
So-
what directional by
Just
forward,
call it
Forward,
step
forward.
kick.
but
God
they
damn.
say forward.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah.
that
I
makes
mean,
no
Call it
sense.
step kick.
I mean, yeah. That's kind of the thing there. But either way, I didn't know what the numbers were until you explained it to me. Actually.
Yeah, it's just the way the files have it. But,
And once
anime players go by
you
that
finally
too,
explained it to me, I
KOF.
was like, oh, that does make more sense. So you wouldn't have a forward, you would have a 6 forward, right?
What?
Like the numbers with the directions.
Well, on files they call it numpad notation as direction and LP, MP, HP, or LK, MK, and HK.
Right.
Of course, light, medium, heavy, punch or kick.
Right.
That's the way it's said on the files,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of feels like KOF kind of style if you replace MP with like A or B. C,
Yeah,
D.
A, B, and C. Yeah, just the same way.
Yeah.
Said make it -3. Fuck out of here.
What?
Oh,
I
somebody said make crouch fierce punch -3. Like, fuck out of here.
Well, they made roundhouse -4.
I think it was -4. Yeah, -4. Yeah. Fuck that.
And it's really hard to space it too.
So would you say, Sam, the only thing
Nothing.
you would change
Nothing.
about?
But are we talking about Gao?
Oh, I was talking about Rashid, but what you
Oh,
want to do
yeah,
with
all right,
Gal?
Gao? Oh my god.
Oh.
I just want faster normals.
Faster normals?
What faster fierce normals? Like his stand, fierce punch, cross fierce punch. They're kind of slow. Like they trade a lot too. I also want his Sonic Boom recovery to be the same as Street Fighter 4. Like,
Oh
yo,
no,
boom.
screw that.
What?
That was
I
just
like that.
unfair.
I would take that, and I would do away with throwing faster booms.
I'm doing some heavy disagreements on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would too. I mean, this is what he wants, but
because it's going against the whole like architect of almost all characters. Because Street Fighter 5 was like the one game that tried to homogenize stuff. That's what it feels like. I mean, 4 was kind of dynamic that they could be versatile with a lot of things. How they want with the character, but 5 kind of seems very the same as for some characters. So you're saying fast and normals for Giles. That's kind of hard. You might as well make some characters have fast normals too.
Birdie.
Well, Birdie's
Well,
kind of like a grappler
faster,
type.
like light punches. I'm talking about the fiercest. They're just kind of slow.
Birdie.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
5-4 they were faster. Like he crossed fierce faster.
Yeah, but that goes with a lot of Street Fighter 5 characters.
Yeah.
Heavy normals. A lot of them are slow. Ken's Fierce is not that fast. Only maybe like Ryu's Stand Fierce is like the one
Well,
that
Ken is not a defensive character though.
defensive.
Like not really. He's a more rush down. Gal is defensive. You throw a Sonic Boom, you wait for them to jump, and you hit them. In
Right.
this game,
I
they
don't think that
jump, you
matters.
trade, or you just lose.
I don't think it matters. If you're offensive, shouldn't you have fast Fierce attacks? That's like Dudley. Like he was very offensive, and he had to have fast normals. So that's kind of a I don't know. I don't think it'd matter if you're offensive or defensive. I think it'd matter what kind of character archetype you are.
Yeah,
Like
and
grappler or
and
not.
Ken is not zoning people.
The only exemption was like Abel because he was like multi grappler and
Ken,
whatever.
so you telling me Ken is out there throwing Hadokens and waiting for people to jump?
You could do that. I do that.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's the very fact that people would think that. That's what makes it good. Because he wouldn't do it, and you'd probably be too ready for it. Then you got other normals to go by. Then you're like, oh, let's forget about that. Then the Hadouken comes, and it's back.
Yeah.
You're not zoning with Ken, man. Stop it.
You don't have to full zone him, but it's possible.
You pretty much telling me that Ken can play like Gal.
He can.
No, he can't.
Not to the extent of Gal.
Not to the extent of Gal, but
he could play like a Soto style,
Yeah.
like of being passive defensive.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He wants to throw loop you, get you in the corner, and do his little thunder kick mix up.
But
it's gonna be fake this time. I'm gonna go low. No, it's not gonna go low. It's gonna overhead, and I'm gonna tatsu you.
Yeah, but
get you in the corner.
But if you're thinking like that way, then the way you prepped up the match was that Ken is going to be offensive. So if Ken is offensive, you're ready for it.
Why would he sit there and just trying to throw fireballs all day?
Well,
it's a good way.
Just saying he could.
He could, but he shouldn't.
We're not saying that's what he was built to do, but he could.
Yeah, he could, and he should if you're the type of opponent that will think that. If he's thinking that the Ken's gonna be full blown offensive, then yeah, he probably should consider doing Hadouken and stuff because he's gonna be so anticipating offensive maneuvers rather than defensive.
Right.
Well, he ain't doing nothing now because Akuma's taking all his thunder.
Well, it's because he's kind of versatile for the top tiers.
Mm-hmm.
Probably why.
Yeah, I just wanted my faster normals. Boy, those faster fierce punches, that's all I wanted.
Okay.
And I want his recovery to be the same. I don't know why I hate that.
Because, like I said, like if we're comparing how homogenized the game is, most heavy normals, if you jump early on, that is considered a whiff punish, or you get momentum, no anti-air. Recedes one in the few cases where you it's not really the case. Like you can anti-air potentially on a jumped early low fierce on like start up on frame 3, frame 4, 5, whatever, like around that range. You could get anti-aired if you jumped around those frames.
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt right now, but this dude he's playing the game.
Who?
You can hear his buttons. Why is he here?
I'm kind of wondering that myself. I'm waiting for my turn to come along. You still talking about Rashid?
Yeah, you still talking? Yeah. It's kind of because I was going to go to him next. Actually, are you done?
Really? No. I'm not done. Leave Rashid alone. Leave Cross Fierce alone or Cross Hard Punch. Leave him alone. Just buff some other characters. And also, are we still talking about the characters? We're talking about other characters. Like this just about our characters or other characters?
Well, I just want it kind of just go like what you want done with your character and what you want maybe changed about maybe one other character.
All right, and then once we're done with Button Mash over there, then we can talk about other characters. They're not ours.
Well, I mean, what else? Who else would you do something to?
Oh, I was just talking about the speculation about the characters getting buffs or becoming really powerful in AE speculation. That we're gonna do that after he talks about his character.
Is that a problem? It's buffing characters a problem?
No, it's not a problem. I'm just saying, like after you finish, we could talk about other characters that we don't necessarily play or who we think are going to be like for example, if Ed's going to get buffed and he's going to become top tier or something like that.
I don't think we're going to have time is the thing. But either way, okay.
Stuck Dog. Him then.
Stuck Dog, go.
Reliable anti-air for Bison.
What?
Reliable Cross Light Punch.
Cross Light Punch, it's 3 years startup on that thing.
You got a
Cross Light Punch?
3 years startup and just about everything beats it. There's very few things that it'll actually beat, even when it's all the way out.
Don't you have a low jab?
Yeah, that was that Cross Light Punch.
Yeah, you do have a low jab, but I want an anti-air that actually hurts.
That's one of the things we complain about. Like people want that taken away. Gal has it too. It's stupid, and it's not really the Cross Light Punch. It's just the jump hitboxes.
So, I think it's weird because I think legacy-wise, like, well, if we're going by 4, for example, his way of anti-airing had to be air-to-airs to be consistent. So you had to do like jump strong on like anticipation.
Mm-hmm.
But this game, he's kind of like different because he's slow. So now he's like a completely different character. So it feels like he needs stuff from it. But it looks like the compensation was he got like good damage off of like consistency damage, not like jump damage. Because if it was jump damage stuff, then maybe Street Fighter 4 Bison might have done more damage without V trigger considered.
Oh, well, he's better than Street Fighter 4 Bison. Easy.
Yeah, if we're talking about consistency, yeah. But like, I think because it's slow, maybe I could probably see why. Maybe he could get an anti-air because like he lost something and was needing something in compensation.
Fierce punch, though.
It's not consistent though.
I mean, it
It's
should.
not
That's the
consistent.
point. That's the whole point of this game. That should be his go-to button. They should make them more consistent. You shouldn't have to rely on cross light punch.
Sam,
to
sounds
be-
Sam, you sound like a reception's going by. It has a
Yeah.
robot.
Yeah, but even then, his crouch light punch isn't as fast as normal as standing light kick is, and even then, stuff beats it. Even when you're going through and because I've tried that a lot of times when people start doing the whole jump over each side when you get knocked down and the vortex, the cross ups and stuff. There's very little he can do because he's so slow.
You can dash, I think.
Mhm.
You can if you do low jab anti-air, you get a weird pseudo Chun-Li season 1 mix up, right?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I might need to introduce you to the other guy in the other Discord who plays Bison. He anti-aired the shit out of me with that damn move.
Yeah, I actually get anti-air by Bison a lot too, but
So
Yeah, with that damn button.
so maybe it may not matter because like I
You just gotta anticipate the jump.
I think it depends on I mean, if we're going by 4 Bison, I mean, if they're coming from that background, they would probably be decent to have the fundamentals of air-to-airing well.
Oh yeah, I'd depend on his air to air because that's one of the easiest way to hit his super move.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
and crouch jab mix-ups is, I mean, that's something I'm a little iffy on that because a lot of people hate the whole light anti-air stuff.
Me.
I think it just depends on the mix-up potential you have after it.
I hate it in general. It's like, what is cross fear supposed to be? It's just useless.
I mean, Third Strike had like light anti-airs a lot. That was kind of
You know how I feel about Turd Strike.
Hey, Ryu from Street Fighter 4 technically had a light anti-air. His stand light
He did.
kick worked.
Yep.
For it, and I sometimes did it.
But that makes sense because of the angle.
Yeah. But see, this maybe
Not like how
this,
Chun
this,
Li's and Fives, her stand like kick it makes sense because of the angle. It's like it looks like it's supposed to hit you in the air.
but this,
Otherwise, what else would it be used for?
it might not even be like the attack though. I think it's just the jump ins themselves. It's like every time it's a jump.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. It's the jump hit boxes. Like how when you jump over them and they air jab, but they hit you from like they're behind you, but you hit them. It's the hit boxes.
The hurt box extends downward once.
Yeah, it's those damn boxes. They need those. Those need to be fixed. That way, it won't be so much of a problem.
Mm.
They get extended when you like cross up. Like it's really dumb. When you jump, it's just extended for some reason.
didn't they already do that once?
No, because it's still in the game. Otherwise, they would have fixed it.
If anything, they made it worse because like Ryu's jump sort was nerfed. So I think they kind of want to homogenize it to where air normals have a hurt box sense, and as soon as the attack comes out, like the hurt box goes down more. That's why like anti-air lights happens a lot. I mean, the answer like that with air attacks is you just delay your air attack, or it becomes an RPS game of doing an air attack early or doing an air attack late.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean that's kind of standard because like if you do it early, that's also good against air to airs. So air to airs counter late jump attacks. It's all RPS from there.
Yep.
And then there's also dashing and then low profile attacks, which is actually kind of hard in this game somewhat to do low trip guards. It's not even called trip guard because trip guard is vaguely defined. Landing recovery punish, we'll say. Like, do you dash and then low forward, for example, and upon landing, if they did an attack, they'll get hit no matter what. They couldn't block upon landing. So, because there's landing reframes when you do an air attack.
Mm-hmm.
If you did nothing in the air, then yeah, you can block as you land. So, I mean, that's like 3 ways to deal with that.
Now we can talk about characters who potentially going to get nerfed and / buff.
I didn't even get to say what I wanted to say.
Well, I'm about to say we had
What? You don't even play the game?
But wait,
I mean, my main thing was just getting the netcode syncing thing fixed.
yeah, but that was pretty much what he wants fixed. But is that Is that all you got? The net code.
Oh, net code.
Yeah. But is that pretty much the only thing you want changed?
I'm pretty interested to see what they do with the V triggers. The picture that they showed almost looked like his Psycho Punisher from Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, Psycho Crusher, yes.
Oh yeah.
But okay, so do you remember the what did they call that? The very last thing they did with Street Fighter 4 before they finally gave it up, where they had like those crazy
Omega
moves.
Omega
Red
mode?
Focus?
Omega.
Yeah, Omega. Yeah, okay.
Oh, Omega, yeah.
So I'm thinking that they're probably going to start putting some of those Omega things in for some of the characters' V triggers, and I'm thinking that Bison's is probably going to resemble this one from Street Fighter 4. I don't remember exactly how it went, but I want to say the screenshot that I saw kind of reminded me of it.
I wonder if they're gonna make it to where because our Bison players complain about not having an invincible reversal.
Oh my god, yes,
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I'm like, maybe they can make like his new V trigger like that. Oh, not V trigger, or his Psycho Crusher EX version. He just gets through and get out like in Street Fighter 4.
If he could get some kind of invincible reversal, just one. I
would be fine with that. I don't want him having like a DP like an uppercut. I'll be fine with him having EX Psycho Crusher out of the corner. I wouldn't have no problem with that. He spends a bar for that. Fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was going to say. I would spend a bar for it because the closest thing he has is his EX Stomp. But even then, its invincibility is high, and it's like starting in like frame 5. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets outweighed with me because he gets outweighed with that. But like, you can really knock him out. I hate Bison in this guy.
But see, I'm still
fighting him.
And I still on reflex. I still try to do EX scissor kick because it was invincible in 4. That was the way, I'm stuck in a corner or against an Ibuki or something like that, and I can't move. Okay, I'm doing an EX scissor kick to get you the hell off of me. It doesn't work in this game.
Yeah.
You can tap me right out of it.
Yep.
No. I think it's also that worrisome thing about like with his V trigger, how good would his defensive options be if they had such a big payout in V trigger? Because if he had a wake up option like of, let's say, EX scissor kicks and now invincible, now you can do
but his V trigger might not be the same as season 2 Bison. You might have different V triggers, so different V triggers. Wait a minute, hold on. They said about different V triggers and different V reversals, so you can peak it at 1? Oh, then I can see what you're talking about.
I mean, unless you're saying you want the new V trigger to have invincible properties. I mean, I could see that. I think that'd be cool.
He would lose the V trigger from vanilla. He wouldn't have that craziness.
I mean, another thing I was thinking because he brought it was what if they make Psycho Crusher V trigger 2 being a 2-bar V trigger of course it's the consistent one because now you can use V reversals a lot now reliably while having V trigger and maybe that has invincibility. But the bad part is you don't have the awakening. It's not awakening.
The V trigger.
You know how some people have like I'm thinking of Soul from Guilty Gear. What's the word?
Installed.
Yeah. Like a lot of people like with the G-bar V triggers are install based, like Ken's for example. So it's like kind of live or die off of the V trigger.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the V trigger 2 might be the more consistent, more rounded one. So maybe they may add invincibility on it while have also being beneficial for the V gauge in general because you get these reversibles reliably and have a V trigger in stock in time.
Yeah, I think that will work. I think that's good.
What do you mean, Tom? Saying like he'll have a 2-bar V trigger
that gives him
what?
Yeah, like the 2-bar that would give him like a something else that makes him like you say like more.
Like probably on the start of the V trigger, you do Psycho Crusher on the start.
Yeah,
and it's invincible. And you probably the V trigger gauge would probably still be on there, like Urian, for example, and then you can do it again, and you can do another Psycho Crusher, and then it's gone.
And then
probably
it's gone.
Like that.
I just thought it would be a new move for him to have. So.
Did it cut off?
What'd you say?
I think it cut off.
Did we lose him? Yes. Back in a second. But yeah, that would be good. He would either have the install or the other one that makes him a little more well-rounded of a character.
I mean, that just seems like the thing for like most V triggers. I mean, even with the new V triggers they're doing, it's always been if they've been a 3-bar, their new thing is now a 2-bar from the screenshots at least, and 2-bar vice versa. It's now 3-bar.
Yeah.
I didn't hear y'all for a second.
There you go. Yeah, you
No,
fell out.
me either. Y'all keep disappearing. I was wondering if it was just me.
Oh. Yep. Oh, okay. I'll start with that. Okay. So.
But if they do any of that stuff, like Psycho Axe got to be touched up, man. Something got to happen to Psycho Axe.
Not well.
Plus one, and it's so quick, and he can space to where you can't even do anything about it, and he can cancel from it.
Well, yeah, but I think that's that. Yeah, I think that's kind of his, his kind of prize for not having any kind of.
And it's
but if he gets that invincible DP, he can't be having that too.
He's not going to have an invincible DP.
It's a V trigger thing though. If we're considering that, I mean, it's like a situation thing that you have to build up on. It's different from an EX bar because EX bar you can build plenty of EX bar in this game. I felt like it.
Yep.
Dude, really? I thought that I used to hoard my meter, and then I was like, I build meter pretty quick. I don't need to do it anymore. I just go crazy.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. It builds really fast in this game. Okay, so
Colleen.
What about Colleen?
People thinking that she's going to probably become top tier.
Why?
Really?
I don't know. That's what I just hear. I mean, Boostin tells me that she beats Rashid. I kind of don't see it.
I mean, if she beats Rashid, then how's he do the other top tiers? I mean, you got to consider that.
I mean, Rashid loses to Cammy, he loses to Gal, and possibly Colleen. He even said Jury one time, but I think it was because Infiltration ran through all those Rashids.
It also depends on what they mean by lose, too. Is it like 4.5 or 4.6? Because
I don't even know. But it just loses.
Because
I think he loses to Gal. I think Gal beats him, though.
Yeah, because if it's like 4.5, I mean, don't worry about that. That's manageable. Like, Season 1, Ken, I remember it felt like all his bad matchups were 4.5s. Like, didn't matter. Like, it's irrelevant. Like, yeah, you get to work, but at least it's not a 4.6. That's the way I felt of it. Maybe he felt that it was a slight advantage. Like people said, Ken and Claw, or Vega, was like a bad matchup for Ken in Season 1. I felt like it was like a 4.5. So it's like, it's just a somewhat slightly bad matchup. It's not really worth complaining.
I'm surprised Vega actually beat somebody.
It's just one of those exceptions, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. More people need to play him. But I think he's just inconsistent, I guess.
He's a little better now, I think. But
he's annoying, though. You go when he's annoying as shit. I know that little turnaround, he does a button and little turnaround, that's fake. You can hit him.
Mm-hmm.
You block it. I don't know about you, though. You kind of slow.
Well, yeah, no. The answer with the characters I use is almost always no.
I don't know. I don't know if you can hit him with a 4-frame, but I know I hit him.
You could just mass upon blocking. That works. You can say that's all reaction.
Yeah. Trying to think of what I would change.
Oh, I do know one thing I would like with Ken change.
What's that?
I think it's like an oversight. I think his low sort should be +2 on block rather than +1.
Why?
Because in Season 1, it was intentional that he had a frame trap from low sort to way strong. It worked. In Season 2, with the way strong change, they kind of made changes for some light normals, like a jabs, but it didn't touch the light kicks.
Mm-hmm.
So low sort into way strong isn't really a thing. So I'm wondering if that's like a not something that was compensated properly as a whole, or if it was intentional.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but y'all keep disappearing on me.
Man, me too.
I don't know. Everything looks all right on this side.
Yeah, the voices
I
play properly
keep
too.
Leaving and jump back in. What?
It might be a Discord thing. I don't know.
Should have done Skype.
Oh, well,
No, nobody. Old people use Skype.
because it works.
It sucks. You know they didn't even max your IP until like recently.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So you like people knowing where you live? Random people?
I don't let random people.
I
I don't talk
are
to
we
random
randoms?
people on Skype.
I'm just saying, man. I don't even think you had to talk
Are
to
you
them.
random, Nolan?
I don't think so.
Do I know you?
Matter of fact, no.
I'm worried about your IP
I don't even
now.
think you had to talk to them. That's how bad it was.
Hmm.
Just by knowing your name, they can know.
Oh well.
Hmm.
Yeah. But
But they fixed that though. But still, fuck Skype, Discord.
okay. Well, still works. Anyway,
Discord works.
what would I change about life? Because I mean, Birdie's still like my main.
He's still good.
So even though I'm higher ranked with Abigail now,
I think he's if he's C tier, he's definitely B tier and V trigger. They say EX Bullhorn needs to be like nerf whatever the fuck.
okay,
It's like he's so safe on it, and V trigger too.
no, okay, that's what drives me nuts. Like
That's
the
what
one
I
thing.
seen on Event Hub.
Sounds like someone that plays one specific character got mad about that. And it's
Exactly.
Like, oh, let's change
Exactly. It's like me hating on Rashid because that matchup is like so. It's like me saying, which I've said to you. I know. It's like well he doesn't need to be so safe or whatever. It's like Birdie has one thing that he does that he's safe on, and it's the end of the world.
I mean, to be fair, you kind of safe on that sweep too. Because that's you space it. You can't punish that.
Just like a bunch of other characters in the game.
Karin's
Nah,
like that.
not really. Karine too. No, I ain't think I forget about that blonde haired bitch. She too.
And see, barely changed. It's like one of the benefits of like sometimes having no changes is really good, because now you're pretty much just as good as or even better than the last season.
Yep. But
Let me go find that thing. It was like they were talking about Nurse, and they was talking about that Rashid crouching fish on hard punch. That was one of them. They was talking about Birdie.
I mean, honestly, that was one of the first things on my list too, and I remember hearing other folks complaining about it, and I was like, okay, so it's not just a Birdie thing. It's other folks feel like it's unfair too.
Yeah, EX Bullhead. I mean, it's Bullhead, not Horn, but Bullhead.
Yeah, Bullhead. Yeah.
Yeah, because
because what they increased the recovery from it, but they also increased the pushback in season 2. Because in season 1 he just recovered from it fast, so they decreased the recovery on it, but they increased the pushback, and folks were mad that you still couldn't most characters couldn't really do anything to him after. It's like I think that's the way they designed it, and it's an EX move, so it's he's using meter, and if it gets blocked, I know folks want to punish it, but it's like some characters still can, but
and I think in V Trigger he's safe too without pinning meter. I think, huh?
You're talking about
on his bullhead? No,
you're talking about the invincible from before, the invincible wake up option.
No. It's talking about his bullhead. Yeah, EX bullhead.
That's what people are complaining about.
That's what people are complaining about.
Really?
Yeah,
that's one of the moves I seen on the video. I see a lot of people complaining about.
Because folks complain is that now if Birdie does it closer to somebody in the corner, he you're not getting pushed back more in the corner, so he's still right next to him then. But yeah, mid screen. They increased the pushback because in season 1 he hit you the second time and he would end basically right next to you, but he recovered fast enough to block. So they increased the recovery time on it in season 2, but they also increased the push distance, and that's what everybody's complaining about because not everybody's able to do something to them after they block the second hit.
Why should it be punishable?
I don't know.
Because that's what I'm reading here.
But folks act like it's the end of the world.
I'm annoyed by it too, but I just deal with it because I was like, if he does it again, he's just going to be out of meter. I'm just going to block.
Just block. At most, he can do it 3 times, and then he's screwed.
What's the problem? Many characters cannot reach
I think the
Birdie with 5-frame moves and are not met with a punish they tried. This means Birdie can essentially throw this technique out, which has armor and V-trigger and does like 150 to 180 damage. Out with little worry of negative ramifications.
Block.
Yeah, if you block.
This is another instance of moves that were intended to be unsafe, being safe because of pushback, which seems to contradict the intentions behind them.
But what they are,
Use
but what
pushback.
But if you consider like things like Laura's like EX launch thing, there's a distinct thing. They have armor or invincibility. The Bullhead has none.
yes, the
without
Bullhead
V trigger.
without V trigger.
Now,
Exactly.
now the thing I was gonna say is, yeah, V trigger Bullhead. Maybe that is a concern, but still, I think that's like his.
Is
I
it
think
really,
that's his
though?
thing. That's like his what's the soul term?
Install.
Install.
Yeah.
It's like his install thing. That's like what makes
He don't
him
get
scary.
Oki, right? If it hits.
No, he does. He could do can.
Okay,
If it
so he can get
hits.
Oki. He don't get Oki on block either, so obviously. But like, so what?
Yeah.
I hated it too because I tried to punish Greg when he do it, and I couldn't just do it. I just stopped. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to find another way to get
So
in.
okay, so but I don't understand why don't you just block?
That's what I
Because
do now,
people
but I understand.
But I'm
saying
talking
I
about-
understand the
Command grab.
grievances, but I also get why he has it.
Yeah, because he can be punished for literally everything else he does. He has one safe thing, and everybody's like, "Well, that's it. He's the best character in the game now." Like
He's not the best
seriously.
character, but he's not bad.
Fireworks.
No, I know. That's why I seriously can't think of anything. I can't think of anything to actually add to him to make him better. Seriously, I mean, outside of giving him maybe one 3-frame move that would or
Hell no, he ain't get no
actually
3-frame.
one thing I would like back from season 1, even though I've learned to live without it now, is the ability to go from his light kick to his mid punch back. That would be nice. But besides that, I
Without
really
counter hit.
That was you mean beta because season 1 you can counter hit to it. Yeah, like what
that
Sam
wasn't
said.
in season 1.
It's a
Well, it was
the
in
beta.
it was in
The
beta.
beta combos naturally. No,
Yeah.
Season 1 was counter hit.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I missed the
But
beta
either
days.
way, yeah. I mean, Beta Bird was ridiculous though.
Hey, yeah, it was fun.
That damage
Fair.
was so awesome.
That was fair.
But I understand Birdie's design. Even the nerfs, even the kind of nerfs that they gave him in season 2, I think most players of him actually understood. We didn't like it, but we understood because I understand what kind of character they want him to be. And it can be annoying sometimes, especially against, faster characters and characters like Rashid and everything that could just sit there and hit lights over and over again, and there's like nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
But again, I think the folks who find that annoying don't consider all of his weaknesses against the one thing that he has going for him.
Yeah, I think that's a very cherry-picked con.
Yeah.
To pick out that's like really too good for
Yeah,
Birdie.
they said it was
I-
said intentionally it was.
Unless he said V-Trigger, EX Bullhead, then maybe I can understand it. But then again, not
he
not
still
really,
can't
because
really-
that's
He's
like
not
install thing. It's
Yeah,
like that's
exactly.
You got to give a scary thing for someone,
Yeah.
for everybody actually. So
Yeah.
Shit, the scary thing for
And
me
again-
from him is that damn fucking EX head command grab.
I mean, that's the other
Oh,
threat.
command grabs in general. I hate that.
The head,
That
the
is the
head
other-
one or the dolphin dive.
Just
No, not dolphin.
I
I
think
can
the regular
react to that. I'm
grab,
talking
yeah,
about
the
when he
head.
like rushes
Does-
on you,
does
he
a
gets
lot of
Oki.
damage.
That's scary
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
The EX
a lot of damage.
bullhead is annoying, but it's not scary. When he's on me and he's like hitting like jabs and like, and I'm like, oh, he's on the command
Yeah,
grab.
he's
No,
on
he's
the
not. He's
command
gonna
grab,
hit me again.
Because those command grabs do hurt, and they actually hurt less now. But my God,
They still
they
hurt.
still do damage. I have
They
a
do
bunch
hurt
of
me because I only have
replays.
950 health.
Yeah, I have a few replays where I didn't think that a light command grab would kill, and they're like, oh my God, he's dead. Okay, awesome. Especially the EX though. That thing is
thing
like when he is triggered, and I'd knock somebody down, and I'd dash forward when they stand up quick and do the EX command grab, just bam, 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 dead. It's like, oh, that's awesome.
And we like that's that we all birdie now. I want to get the boxer
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say
turn
about
punch.
this.
I
Okay.
want the damage nerf. I want the max damage to be 300, and the charge time to be for that max damage to be 30 seconds and +5 on block.
I don't understand why people have such a big deal about turn punch.
I think there is a problem with it, but I think
Really, you do all that work on him, and he just holding up these 2 buttons this long. And some dude even said he think it'd be fine if they made it 3 buttons, like in like a past game.
Yeah,
He's
but
like,
you
he doing all
can
this
still
damage,
buttons
and
to a
he
single button though.
hits you, and you're done.
my problem with it is the V trigger cancel. I don't think it's gonna be V trigger cancelable. That's about it.
I just want the damage nerf.
That I agree with.
I mean, 300 damage for 30 seconds and plus 5 on blocks. That's not that bad.
30 seconds was a pretty long,
Yeah.
long time.
I mean,
to
yeah, you're pretty
to
much
go without
sacrificing
buttons.
all of like
But-
tools.
Yeah,
so
but like he gets 500 for just like what 56.
it's gonna be weird. Yeah. Yeah.
And when you think about it though, he also can charge before the round starts.
Mhm.
So he gets some extra. So you can get to tap level, I think maybe 3 or whatever at the start of the round.
Well, he's always been able to do that though.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Even
So
in the
it's
old
like,
games.
really? It's not
But-
that bad. 30 seconds.
I just don't have.
100
I
damage.
just personally don't have an issue with it.
I do.
Because
you don't be playing as long as we do.
Well, no. Even though I hate fighting Balrog, much like Birdie, I understand what they wanted to do with him, and I'm okay with it.
And he don't even really need tap. He does a lot more damage without it. All the mix-ups he got.
Mm-hmm.
Overhead, low. He does so much damage. He
Yep.
don't even really need this amount of tap damage though.
Aren't there answers for him? Like, if you've like studied like think the V trigger setups, I think the block setups are beatable. Now it's hard if you're like a 4 or 5 framer maybe. I think,
It can be tough, yes.
but if you have a 3 framer, I think you can measure down the options to get through his V trigger shenanigans on block.
Yeah.
But I put it like this: if you think he's charging tap, just take the throw.
Yeah.
I just backtest.
What?
It really depends on. So it depends what I'm thinking. If he does it way too early and I saw a little wind up, then yeah, maybe I'll stop doing movements. If I'm like right in neutral and I woke up and I could do something, I'm kind of consider jumping or blocking, or jump tech throw. Which even that nerf, I think it's still good to do.
Also, when you say you think it shouldn't be V trigger cancelable, that's mean it's not really that big of an issue because
No,
I think the
it is.
most minus he is 2.
That
No, it
that
is.
is.
Because
I
you can kill
I
off of
agree
that.
with that. I agree with that.
But it's like if he gets like tap level 1, that's minus 2. So
Doesn't
he's
matter.
still safe.
Doesn't
V
matter.
trigger
On
regardless.
hit, it can kill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. 'cause
In that case, I agree. In that case, I agree. He does way
But
too
that's
much
one of my
damage.
problems with tap. Like it just does all that damage it does.
Well, I'm a big damage
You don't play Balrog though.
proponent anyway. No, exactly, and that's my point. But I will always defend
I mean, he gets-
his ability
But the
to do that
initial
much
damage
damage.
he gets by tap alone is a lot. But you saying he should keep that initial damage, but take away the V trigger, cancel damage.
I think that would be a fair trade, personally. Now, I
I
mean,
want the damage
you can decrease the damage if you want to. I'm just saying, me personally, I don't see an issue with it.
I mean, is it unsafe? It should be, right?
I don't know, but like V trigger, no, like, I don't think.
Yeah, that's the thing I didn't liked about V trigger. It's like even if V trigger cancelable is unsafe, I guarantee it'd probably be even more unsafe without the V trigger. So even now you're
he said no.
It's
Tap
a
at
big-
level 1 is like minus 2, so he's still technically safe.
well, I'm talking about like near the max levels.
Max level?
Max level,
max.
he's
Tap
plus,
level
right?
10. Tap level 10 is plus I
Five?
think it's plus 7.
It cut off again, Sam.
Hello?
It cut off. It cut off. Yes, readjust it.
What?
Okay, now it's working.
Okay, what'd you say?
Oh, I said tap level final is plus 7 on block.
+7, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
what is it on V trigger?
I don't know. It probably more than that.
Probably.
Well,
more
see
than
that.
yeah.
Well, I think that's the issue there. Like, yeah, I think that should be unsafe.
But he's
'Cause-
gonna be safe regardless.
Well, that's the thing. Why I mentioned the V trigger should be changed
Yeah,
too. That's my
that's-
initial thing. Well, for 2 things: one, it could kill on hit, and 2, the risk. Like
you know
the
what though?
Risk is
Vice
less 'cause
said
you can
something
save 'em.
about like he thinks mediums where certain buttons should be minus on V trigger, like medium punches or something, and the V trigger should be minus.
Wait, for everybody or
For everybody or Balrog?
Everybody.
For
Why?
everybody?
why?
That's what I read. He said.
What's
He-
what's
he-
what's his
Yeah, what's-
ideology behind
Well,
it?
yeah, what's the
I
point
don't
of
know.
that?
That's why he said on Twitter.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know where he's going off of that. If it's like, oh, now on hit with V trigger, you now electrocute the opponent to get like plus.
I
save
found
or
it. Here it
something.
is right here. This shit right here. This what you talking about, Ace? Here it is. I did that to him, like something like that. I don't think that was final.
What? Oh, this
would
video
playing
here.
affect it? The stream? I can play on my phone.
It's a Twitter video. It shouldn't be that all that
Right
important.
here. This is get the volume there. Okay. Yeah, that.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
that,
Yeah,
like,
that.
like why? Like that's
I-
problem with
now,
V trigger cancels. It could kill.
I agree. That's why I agree. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't be able to cancel into V-trick trigger out of it, because in that case, yes, it does. It does do way too much damage.
There's like a lot of cases. There's that. There's like defective throw invincibility abuse. So if they thrown accidentally on a tap and it like lost because of tap invincibility,
Yeah,
that's like a
that's I've been
Answer
hit with that quite a few times.
I think that's he's like only throw invincible after a certain amount of tap level, like maybe tap level 7, I think, and it's like
Maybe
3 frames or something. I can't
but
remember.
I know.
Somebody
I've
was
gone to throw
defending
and
that
just-
too, and I think it was on Javits on Twitter.
what that it isn't throw invincible.
That he's saying that it's not that big of a deal that it is at a certain point, because I think Mike Elnar was complaining about it.
Well, it varies because first off, we gotta see if it reels back, and I think he does reel back in a tap, doesn't he? So
Yeah,
does the hurt box reel back too?
I think it does, but I'm not sure.
I mean, if it does, then
I don't know if it
that's-
just disappears because it's just the invincibility of the startup or not. But
And even then, that beats the jump tech, which again brings the point of like V trigger cancel being a problem because it makes it safe on block, well safer
safer,
on block.
yeah.
Safer
On
than
hit,
zombies,
on hit,
depending
the
on what
reward is humongous.
move.
And the risk is just the whole risk reward's kind of like out there with that cancel. That's why I just feel like it's kind of
Yeah, I think that would.
off-putting.
So you saying that like my damage nerf suggestions wasn't enough?
I mean, I would say you could either give him a damage nerf on it, or leave it the way it is, but take away the ability to cancel it into
Yeah, I'm more at this
V trigger.
because
And I-
there's still a sacrifice of you holding 3 buttons or
Yeah.
2 buttons for a long time.
Right, and I agree that the V-trick trigger, if you take that away, I think personally that's a good that's kind of a good middle ground there, where he already does just a turn punch, but then he can't just cancel into it and do EXs and you're dead. Personally,
Well,
I think that would be a good.
That's true. I mean, if
middle
you holding
ground.
those two, but depending on where you holding those 2 buttons, you might as well enjoy while you last, because you're gonna get arthritis if you hold it the way I do.
Birdie's the same way though. It's like
I hold 1 button though.
yeah, but I mostly like lose his fierce punch because that's the button I use.
Well, hold on a second. Wait. How about this? How about they make it where he can only do his final turn punch in V trigger, kind of like Akuma's
Oh yeah,
passive.
How's it work?
it only goes up to like level 5 or
It
6.
will only do
or
the
something.
final in V trigger.
Normal,
Everything
but then-
else is
but then
anything under
only
that
in
he can
V-trigger.
do regular.
So how do you get that level once you're in V trigger? So you have to be charging prior, right? So how would you do V trigger? And you pretty much are telling the opponent that you are holding light and medium only, or you're holding lights only or mediums only.
And the way you get V trigger is by usually taking a lot of damage. The other way around is not that acceptable. Like unless you're playing against Gal or something, you probably get it quick.
Well,
Was that? I think we lost him again.
make a choice. You can either use it to do his little combo punches, or you can use it to charge up one giant move.
Is it fast?
As fast as it is now, but you have to use V trigger to use it.
But you would have to be holding the charges prior.
Prior to activating, yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
So
they
he's
can
saying
change
this,
the
but
charge.
after
I mean,
you,
I think
they can change the charge for it.
I'm worried that's just making the move a little less consistent. Because now it's going to be a situational thing. Now he's in V trigger. Oh, now increase the percentage rate of threshold to expect tap from the opponent. I mean, that's just what I would think.
I mean,
what you talking? Like he activates V trigger, he
Now
holds tap for 10 seconds, and he gets 500 damage.
oh yeah, like like now the reward of the tap now is going to be more of a trick, so you have to look out for that on V trigger. I mean, there's a whole mind games thing with that. I mean, it could be good or bad, but I don't know. That's just something I would have to think about more. If that's good or not. Right now, I would think I have an early impression that's not consistent.
I just love how he thinks about a game he don't play.
Why
I'm
not?
thinking about Final Fantasy 15. I don't play it, but I'm thinking about it.
I mean, that's how we get good.
Yeah, well, that's true. All right, so is there any other characters that has something that okay? What's up with
You say Ryu?
Air Tatsu.
Yeah, Ryu. I don't think that's everybody's first answer is going to be Ryu.
Cross up Air Tatsu. And give him back the beta Tatsumaki on the ground where it hits grounded opponents when they're crouching.
If they're on hit?
Took it off. Yeah.
At least the light one.
On hit?
No, it was the medium Tatsu that hit crouching opponents in the beta.
Was it medium?
On hit.
No, like if you did a combo, like let's say stand strong.
And they're crouching.
Yeah, crouching opponents.
I know what you're talking about. I done that combo and they whiff and I got mad. But I'm thinking like on block, they're just crouching and you just normally throw it out and then they block it.
Well, no.
I'm about to say.
This is the first hit of Tatsu hits a crouching opponent. So, example would be point blank crouching opponent, stand strong, low forward, confirm into medium kick Tatsu. In the beta, that worked. Now it doesn't because it doesn't hit crouching opponents. I just think it's a big thing.
When you read the hit confirm wrong and you're not thinking, oh crap, they're not standing. And it's too late. You've already thrown it. Now you get punished for hitting.
For being
you hit a combo and you still get punished.
Yeah, but it's like now his confirm off of confirming the hit is a Hadouken. That's it.
Pretty much, yeah. Just really nothing else. Well, I mean, if he's close enough, you can do a fair Shoryu too.
Does he get Oki off that medium if it hits?
Not really.
Good. Because he can have it.
Because the roundhouse.
Yeah, I do.
The roundhouse one was what gave him the whole axe kick stuff. The medium kick, it was depending on spacing. I think if you did medium kick Tatsu point blank, yes, you did get Oki. But in combos, like combo confirms, you were too far away.
How the hell you not care about that stuff, man? Scary.
Well, care about what?
No, I'm talking about him talking. I care about Oki. That's scary. Like,
yeah, Oki's good.
It's scary. I don't want to go against that all the time.
Makes you be creative with what you want to end it. I was gonna make a comparison with 4 Ryu, where like 4 Ryu he couldn't do that. He couldn't do the Tatsu on grounded opponents. So why bring it up 5? Well, he doesn't have a sweep combo either. So he lost the safe jump thing, which was kind of iconic for him for 4.
Do anybody have a sweep? Oh yeah, Rashid.
Well, see, like for me, that was like when they gave Zangief. Remember Zangief before season 2? It was the same with his spinning lariat. It just went right over ducking opponents, even in a combo, unless you were right next to him.
I don't know. Personally, I think they sort of gave him a green hand, but like modified the way it works.
No, I mean his headbutt is basically his green hand now.
It's basically, yeah.
Yeah. But it's not a forward advancing thing. But not only that, even if it wasn't, it's not a comboable thing. You can't cancel a normal into a forward headbutt.
Well, it's not a forward advancing thing, no. But you can still hold forward and do it. It's not like he has to charge it or do like a big motion for it. You could be walking forward, throw a headbutt, and continue walking.
Yeah, that can work. But in the case of combos, it's not really something you could do off of like lights, for example.
No. I don't think they were trying to make it a combo thing. I mean, you can do it like after a jump in or anything like that, but
I feel like Green Hand was in the game somewhere at some point, and I don't know. They felt like it made them a little too good, or went against their kind of
philosophy
of kind of.
I don't know, because like you gotta think of like other grapplers. Birdie has a confirmed that goes to headbutt into bottle Oki.
He called Birdie a grappler.
Yeah, I mean, true. Birdie's not realistically a grappler, but I mean, you got to make a comparison of that because I mean, I would think Birdie's more consistent than Geef. But wait, season 2 actually is different. Geef's
Mhm.
actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You got Oki.
I mean, he was already pretty good in season 1. They gave him just those little bitty things they gave him in season 2 made him that much better, and easier to win with at least until Abigail came out.
One frame
Pretty much
activation on
against
armor,
Abigail.
man.
Wait, what does Abigail have against him?
Everything. He's bigger, he's got more health, and he's stronger.
He can do more damage.
Yeah, but he can still be
I'm
scooped
guessing-
just like anybody else.
I'm guessing Geef is like more faster. It's weird because Geef
He's
is slow.
faster, yeah.
Geef is
I mean,
faster. He has-
Abigail basically is everything Zangief wishes he was.
Zangief
And
has
he
better
that
normals.
cross fierce kick that moves him forward.
Zangief has better normals.
Really? I think Abigail has. Okay. I think Geef probably has a better hitbox ratio, maybe.
Yeah,
But
Abigail's got an
Abigail has
overhead.
bigger.
Who's better than
Abigail
neutral?
probably has
He's-
bigger hitboxes.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But
I mean,
Geef has better hitbox,
Abigail
hitbox
has
ratio.
him. Abigail has him in range, but as far as normals, that
Consistent, like hitbox ratio.
yeah,
Probably. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can agree to that.
Zangief's got faster normals.
Uh-huh. Have you played as Zangief against Abigail?
I played as Abigail against Zangief.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
He beats him out in just about everything. Yeah.
I'm staying out as I don't know, but I do know Abigail probably has some things Geefs don't have.
I can't say much about this. Never seen that matchup.
Of course you can. You don't play the game.
I mean, I'm not saying that Abigail just like loses to Zangief, but
No.
I don't see where he has like a huge advantage over him either.
Yeah, he does.
How do you think?
Well, Abigail's I mean, he's a giant brawler. He's got him in range. Like, you can't even get close to Abigail without getting your ass handed to you. You just can't. And Abigail doesn't have to get close to him. He can stay out of SPD range and still kill you. And he has an overhead.
Wouldn't Geef's jump in approach be good?
Well, I mean,
Because of
no, I'll wait for Zangief's to jump and I just do his light punch. Just light punch.
Yeah.
Well,
Slight
what if
punch.
they just delayed?
Slight punch.
What if they just delayed jump attack? That would beat the early light punch, wouldn't it?
No.
I think so.
No.
And if they did, he would probably
No.
just
as
parry
soon
him.
as soon as I
He's
see
thinking
Zangief jump, just light punch. That's all it takes.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And that's another thing.
I'll take your word on that.
Just light punch. That's it.
I'll take your word on that.
And that's another thing I
he
meant to
jumped. I'll
say
wait
about
now.
Zangief.
Like,
He needs not Zangief, Bison needs an overhead. In the beta, back before the game even came out, that Psycho Axe was an overhead. They took that out. I hate that.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah. I agree. That would be good if that was an
So that's
overhead.
like one glaring disadvantage I'm always
If
at.
you want that to be overhead, it's gonna be
Somebody-
minus. It's gonna be minus on block.
Yeah.
If you want, it has to be minus on block if it's overhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah, I mean, it has to be.
I'm
Yeah.
about to say if you want, because otherwise you're kind of losing how good that move is. You want it to be minus.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
That's the point of the move. It's plus one.
But
And it's good. It
but
moves
the
them.
point of the move
Yeah,
is
you can throw it at max range and it's fairly safe. But
But if it's gonna be -4 or -6,
yeah, it depends on you playing. But it sucks going up against people that know that he doesn't have an overhead. All you got to do is duck
and he
block.
can't cancel buttons off of it either. He can't cancel in orb.
No, he can't cancel. Well, he can cancel like duck and medium punch. But if you hit it max range, sometimes that won't hit.
that won't hit. Yeah.
So, they
I don't
made-
get why
they
you
made
want that to be overhead. That actually, matter of fact, you know what? Do it. I want. That's like a nerf to me. Do it.
Well,
Yeah.
well, he had it. It was an overhead in the beta.
They improved it because the way it is now is much better.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, they can make it to where if it hits overhead that it won't combo. That's fine as long as I'm getting damage. I'm cool with it.
The point is, it's so
yeah,
good.
but-
You don't even really need the damage because it's so fucking good. It's kind of fast in activation. His recovery is good. He can cancel it. He's +1.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the way it is now is actually phenomenal. The way you want it to be is just like you want it to be.
Yeah, but it sucks going into a fight with somebody that knows you don't have an overhead. There's nothing he can do overhead unless he's in
Double
V-trigger.
reverse overhead. I think you could.
Cammy don't have one either.
You can do
Yeah, but
the.
so Cammy doesn't
The
have
characters that
overhead.
don't have an overhead, but yeah, everybody knows that he doesn't have anything overhead.
I mean, you have a gimmicky double traverse. I mean, most people can see it though.
Yeah.
That
Oh
works.
my
Yeah,
god, that
it
move
was
right
not
there.
a problem.
Oh my god, that EX double reverse. Please nerf the shit out of that.
Yeah,
No,
folks have been
the
complaining
EX
about that. Now I don't see what the big deal is. But then I play with
Oh,
Abigail too, and I can just
God, I hate
counter it
that
every
move.
time.
I
As
think
soon as I see him flip.
I think the issue is the way it autocorrects and like confuses like.
No, and
upon
then how many
landing.
invincible frames it got.
Yeah.
And
Like
then
I
when
said,
he lands, he don't hit you with it. He's still plus.
He's still plus on it. Yeah.
He's like plus 14. It's like
It's
what?
meter.
So
What
just
you lose meter for? He has to be plus.
How about this?
Well,
He could
apparently
be
not.
zero. How about
Apparently
that? He
not.
could be zero.
If
He
it's an
can't be
EX
plus
bullhead.
14. No, he could be zero because EX bullhead doesn't keep you in front of you though.
Right. Yeah, but
His does.
everybody's still complaining about it for some reason.
Yeah, EX double reverse does. It puts you right in the Bison's right in your face, and he can knee you,
Right.
or he can grab you.
Yep. Unless you're Abigail, and then you just counter it.
Yeah, you
V-skill
could
it.
parry or
Yep.
counter.
Even no matter which side he tries to come on, I don't even bother to figure out which side he's going to be on because it'll autocorrect. It's just bam.
That reverse is just
V-trigger.
way too good. It needs to be toned
V-trigger.
down. Like at least like nerf his invincibility frame, so when he tries to come down, you can at least hit him.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have landing recovery? Vulnerable frames. Like
No, when he lands, he's safe.
Yeah, when he lands. It's
no, well, I mean, even if it didn't hit, let's say like if I was like Ken or Ryu and I did an anti-air DP, like at the very late bleak moment.
Oh, maybe it might trade in that case.
I traded with it, and it
For
wasn't good, and I lost.
Season 1, it traded, or it could beat it.
Mm-hmm.
You would know if you played the game.
Depends if you did it timing wise.
Yeah.
But Season 2, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I think it trades at best now.
Yeah.
It trades us, and it's not in my favor.
Yep.
I don't know. I guess my initial impression is air as fast as possible, or back dash,
Don't even,
or forward dash.
I don't even want to head air him because it might be his damn
air to
doubles.
air and- Yeah,
It depends on
Might be his head stomp.
It depends when you're air to airing.
it's true.
Like if I'm talking about like early, like as soon as he leaps air to air. Not talking about like once he's all the way up in the air.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to
That's
catch
awful.
that, especially online.
I mean, you could tell if they're crouching to anticipate it. I mean, but like it's kind of a risky thing to do. I mean, if you know the move is abusable, I mean they're gonna abuse it, but it just depends on when they're gonna do it. So I don't know. This is something that came up on mine.
I just know it's damn good, and it needs to be toned down some. Especially when he
I know.
lands. He's like plus 14 when he lands. Like I tried the EX spinning mixer, it won't come out. He's plus. He didn't even touch me.
Is he getting first place on major tournaments?
He beat he only I think the one I know is his Problem X beat Gachakun and something over there.
Yeah.
First place?
Yeah, he beat Gachakun.
Yeah.
First place.
Okay.
Rice is not that he's not bad. It's good. He's probably like he's just sitting there because there's like Ibuki's running around doing stuff, which also needs to be nerfed. People talking about her needs to be nerfed too.
Yeah.
Her overhead is like -2, so it's technically safe. Mine is -6.
Yeah.
Everybody else is -4.
Wait.
Yeah, Ibuki's overhead is -2.
For some reason I thought it was plus.
No, it's only
God,
plus when it
what the-
hits. On block, it's -2.
On block. Yeah.
Okay, weird.
Yeah, so hers -2 is safe.
Interesting. Okay.
To my she needs to get toned down. She is very powerful. It's funny too, because everybody was like, "Fuck this character," and CS1.
And then all of a sudden,
Yep.
But I think I might know why. I think it's on spacing. Like if they did it from a distance, then
Nah,
you-
it's not. It's -2, man. It's -2.
Yeah,
look at the frame data.
yeah. But I think I remember when I played a Buki once in the past in 5. Like, if overhead was done from a distance, and if you did like a light frame, if it's well spaced, it'll miss out, and you can punish for it.
Yeah.
So
That's why I don't even try to. She can't hit no buttons after it, but you don't have to worry about them trying to hit you.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, it just depends on the spacing in general, and options. So
I just don't like how it's -2. Should be -4.
It's seeable. Like it's kind of.
I mean, a lot of them are seeable.
Yeah, but there's a C actually goes in the air. Like, I mean, you kind of.
I go in the air, and I still get thrown too, which is funny.
That's true.
Yeah, I think Receipt's kind of reactable too. To me, things like
But mine's -6 though.
Yeah.
I get punished.
I'm not liking the whole overhead things being like.
Yeah, but everything else you do is safe, so
yeah.
Kind of the trade-off.
But
Eco Spikes Mixer isn't safe. Well, Mixer is safe, but it's not like I can hit a button after it. Eco Spikes aren't safe. Whirlwind shots aren't necessarily safe. On like whirlwind shots, like one is like -5, the other one's -2. That's technically safe. But I don't get damage though. She gets damage. She gets a lot of reset damage. She can kill just about anybody. Like not just by anybody. She can like take away most of her health with like 2 resets.
Oh,
she's quick.
She has an installed V trigger.
Yeah, good.
But then again, she has low health, so that's kind of a. I mean,
she does have low health.
I mean, you can see.
We know she got low. You must have seen the video where she pretty much got flattened by Abigail.
No, you showed me that video. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about he didn't see it.
Oh yeah.
Probably not.
She got flattened.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I've done that combo with folks. It wasn't nothing new to me. It's like
got flattened.
It's nice. Like 80% of her life in one combo gone. But I did it. I did it to an Akuma the other day. That guy was about to win, and then he messed up and let me hit him with a fierce punch. It was a crush counter.
And also Abigail's unblockable situations, like one of them where you can't really do much. Like he has unblockable situations, like you just can't do shit. You have to just eat that punch. I remember somebody was complaining about that earlier.
What if What, his charge punches?
Yeah, he is unblockable.
That drives me nuts when I'm standing right next to somebody and they don't do something. It's like, let's see, you can throw.
Okay, if they do something, you see them moving, you hit them.
Yeah, well, that's the chance you take.
And if you don't do nothing, you still get hit. So it's like he can set that up as unblockable. You pretty much can't do anything. I remember I seen a video where Shine woke up with Jury Super, and he tanked it and killed Shine. I think it was on the Cool Kid. He killed him. It was funny, and I was like, yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting up and he's already having it charged and coming up, yeah, that's one thing. But it's like
kind of like Ryu's V trigger, like Hadoken startups.
Exactly.
But it's not nowhere near as like damaging and as good.
Mm-hmm. But it kills me when I'll just stand in front of somebody and charge and just watch them sit there. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You idiot! Like you can throw.
They're not really
you can
idiots
do a super,
because they know.
You can even jump out of the way sometimes. It's like, what are you doing?
You're not jumping out the way, man. Because like if they see you jump, they're gonna hit that. They're gonna let loose, and you're gonna get hit.
You can. You can
let loose.
If he's,
and
if
it's a 50-50 too, because whether you know they're not charging, whether they're gonna let go after like a fraction of a second,
you don't.
You jump. That's the point. It's a 50-50.
Yeah. Deal with
it. It's really he has unblockables pretty much.
Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna hurt. But if you take the hit, it won't hurt as much as if it's fully charged, and then you're sitting there crumpled down, and he can charge a second punch.
But if you take the hit, he's pretty much going to dash in. I think he gets Oki off that.
He could.
It's not a good situation to be in. I wish Ace was in the conversation more, but he don't play the game.
I mean, I was probably going to say I may need to head out soon, unless I can continue on the car. Let's talk on the car while it's going on satellite.
Oh, yeah,
now it'll be actually live on the road satellite.
Yeah, we probably got to.
I wouldn't mind, but
probably got to start bringing this to a close. But I knew it was going to go long with this.
Well, I can't get it now.
Well, yeah, I'm about to say it's too late now.
Yay!
But yeah, it's just so much that could happen. Now, apparently, some folks think that they might make an announcement at Red Bull this weekend.
About what?
More
probably
costumes.
Sagat, actually.
They said he might have no fireballs unless V trigger. If he doesn't, that'd be funny. But some dude I talked to said he'd be fine with that. He should be pro Muay
Fire flame based attacks, physical attacks.
That'd be cool.
That would be bad. It hurt his legacy.
I don't care.
But then again, it'd be like Jin Kazama in Tekken 4, how he's like completely different.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of neat. So it's weird how
Jin fans sure didn't.
True.
I don't care about like I don't want him in the game. I don't care. Just like if they announce him, I'll be the least hype person in the world about it. I don't.
Me too.
Care.
My
brother would be hype.
But
then again, my brothers can probably still not like it because just
yeah,
it is.
Yeah. They'll change one thing about him. Now he sucks, and go back to
Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six, yeah. It's like he'll be playing that game and he'll hear.
He's still playing
like,
that. He could be playing PUBG.
Okay, now I don't care. Just keep playing.
He's about the Rainbow Six Siege life.
Yeah,
man, PUBG,
and
man.
other stuff in general.
Now, can we talk about why he likes to pirate games?
No, I'm afraid we're out of time. Well, maybe next time. All right, we're gonna call it quits on that. I don't think we have anyone.
Talking about me or
no?
My
brother.
Oh, his brother.
We were talking about it yesterday. How
you talk about Kara and Edith, oh God.
We used to be big time pirates back in the day, like big time. But we're not anymore.
All lies.
We're respectable. What do you mean all lies?
I mean it's all lies. It never happened.
Oh,
never happened.
No, when I watched the guy when I watched the guy who kind of helped us get into our pirating ways, get carted out of Toys R Us by the FBI, that was the end of that. So,
no, he was a pirate.
No, he was a pirate. Yeah, we were low-level pirates compared to this guy.
I wouldn't even say we were pirates. We ran.
You were the people that like use a scope to measure.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You know, we
the ship.
Yeah.
I figure you guys
were. We were the guys on the mask exactly with the thing, you know, land ho and stuff like that. He was the pirate captain.
Yeah, he's the one that actually took the treasure.
Oh yeah.
You just finded it for him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he would give us some. You know, and you know, we do some trades here and there. But either way, that's beside the point. Yeah, we're not pirates anymore. Now we're very respectable citizens that buy things. And especially, I tell you what, owning your own business will make you appreciate more how, you know, you want to support somebody that does something good. Mm-hmm. You know, so I try to buy as many games as I can, especially now, multiple times even sometimes. Because, you know, I understand.
Not from some companies like EA and Activision. They don't really need it. You don't. I mean, you know how much money they dodge in taxes?
We're not even going to.
Do I need to send you a document or a video about that? How much money they dodge in taxes?
No, because I can.
They got so much money from dodging taxes, they don't need to worry about nothing.
Because I can give you a document called the laws that shows you why they aren't why they don't actually dodge it is actually the law. But that's a whole different conversation for a whole different.
You
podcast.
Do it and see what happened to you.
I do it now, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
you stash millions of dollars overseas and see if they don't come after you.
Well, I don't have millions to.
I changed them laws so
stash.
quick they couldn't do that shit. You can't go over these places and dump money over. And I think
so thanks everybody for tuning in this month. I don't know if we're gonna. I don't know if we're gonna have a podcast next month or not yet. Keep an eye out on the Facebook group and we'll talk about it.
No after hours.
No.
None of that. No. But otherwise, if we don't see you next month, I'm sure we'll have a podcast in January to get caught up with all the Street Fighter 3 Season 3.
Street Fighter 3.
Street Fighter 5, excuse me. Street Fighter 5 Season 3 stuff and Dragon Ball Z getting ready to drop at that by that time, and
we need to get to talk about DLC fiasco on that.
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball, yeah, that's a whole different conversation.
It became Capcom.
Yeah, if we talk about it next month, we will, and if we don't talk about it next month, we'll definitely talk about it the month that it comes out. So
did he say it became Capcom?
Basically, I swear I wanted to make a meme so bad that was like Krillin or somebody coming out and saying, "Hey everybody, we have we have DLC 2," and like Obi-Wan down there saying, "You were supposed to be the chosen one."
They
I
not
laughed.
realize who they're run by. Like
I laughed.
Namco Bandai.
Thank you. I said the exact.
Thank
I laughed
you.
so hard when I saw folks like, "What? What are they doing?" It's like, what did you expect
Did you
them
not
to
see what they were
do?
doing with Naruto? What they were doing with Dragon? The first Xenoverse where you had to pre-order to get Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. That's some scummy stuff. I don't think you still can get them now. It's scummy.
Thank
They
you.
they get away with so much stuff, and I've been noticing this.
Thank
and
you.
people shot by Dragon Ball.
Thank you. For some reason, since this game was being made by Arc System Works, and everybody just wanted to rail against MVCI, and this was going to be the Marvel vs. Capcom that everybody wants and deserves and everything.
Everyone forgot
They
about
thought that
Bandai
they
Namco.
wouldn't. They thought for some reason that Bandai Namco wouldn't do what everybody else does. And I just laughed at watching everybody cry about it. I laughed. What did you expect them to do? Seriously.
They've been doing it with Naruto. I think my friend had to buy another DLC after buying the season pass just to get some more characters he wanted.
Oh, to get the Boruto pack at the end. Yeah. You still have to buy that separately. But anyway. Yeah, we'll get into that if we talk about it again next month. So anyway, signing off for this month. Thank everybody for viewing, and we'll see you next time.
After dark.
See ya.